Hold on. Hello,
Say hello.
everyone, again. Sorry for the confusion on that. For those of you who are watching this later and going, why wasn't there a countdown? I'm so confused. But for those that are watching live, you absolutely know because it is 15 minutes past what it was supposed to be, and we thought we were live for a good 12 of those minutes. So apologies. We're going to run through the intro now for you all. So hello, everyone. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice. We tell stories, we create magic. We are here with our lovely crew from the Isles. Everybody take a look at the camera, wave, and say hi.
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 We did all of this already. So first and foremost, as I said before, this is so dumb. As I said before, new digs. So we have a brand new character artwork courtesy of Arlene Void, or Void Creator, or Curator, excuse me. So if you're interested in checking out some of their work and possibly getting some stuff for yourself, you can join the Instagram, both at Void Curator, and I'll put that in the little live chat thing, and then as well as at Arlene Boyd. So Arlene, thank you so much. This is incredible. Super cool. As we said 3 minutes ago, but still true. So for those who have no idea what this is, welcome. This is a D&D live play where we have streams going every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, existing in the same homebrew world. We have 4 different parties that are living in that world at roughly the same time. So there are certain shenanigans that each party get into that actually can affect the other campaigns. We sometimes have people jumping in from one campaign to another, and a lot of fun stuff. So if this is your first time here, welcome. We hope you have fun with us. Before we get into tonight, we have some announcements. First and foremost, I just did all of those. All right. Sorry. First and foremost, Shadows of the North Shore, our Candela Obscura homebrew game. We are trying to get up into the air off the ground. We've been doing that for a little. Been trying to do that for a little bit. But if you are unfamiliar, Candela Obscura is a cosmic horror game designed by Darrington Press, the people over at Critical Role. It is somewhat like Call of Cthulhu, but a little bit more simplistic and allowing more creativity on the rules set, while focusing heavy on RP style stuff. So really cool, high stakes, creepy game. We have our own version that is called Shadows of the North Shore, which takes place in the North Shore of Massachusetts in the year 1901. So we did a fun little playtest of that way back in September. So you can check that out on the YouTube. The YouTube. Yep, that's what it's called. The YouTube now. You can check it out on YouTube under Candela Obscura, Shadows of the North Shore, a Candela Obscura playtest. But also, we need players. So once before or after you watch that, you're interested in possibly playing yourself, please follow the link. So if you're watching this on YouTube, it's on the video description below, but also putting it in the live chat now for those that are watching on Twitch and or YouTube. And then also putting it in the Instagram. That's not the link. Why did that show up on Instagram? I can't get rid of that either. Cool. This is how today's going to go. All right. All right. Anyways, as we're doing that, the other thing is for this month and next month, we are doing our one-shots every Saturday and Sunday. This past Sunday, we had truly one of the most interesting and craziest one-shots I've ever run as far as how the ending went. Fully game-breaking the big bad in the most hilarious way. But anyway, so yeah, if you want to join into some one-shots with me as your DM, this week I believe we have one more McClellan's Melons Minstrel Murder Mystery, which is a D&D based whodunit, which is really fun and kind of wacky. So if you want to check that out, please do so. And then I believe there's also one more Rite of Chakr, which is a level 12 pit fight, kind of like a gladiator arena. I shouldn't say gladiator, an arena like pit fight. Super fun, very combat heavy and all that. So if you want to check those out, you can check those out at startplaying.games/GM/It's a Long Story. I just put that in the live chat as well. And last, if you're looking to support the channel, the best way to do so would be to like and or subscribe, follow, all of that jazz. It helps to be able to kind of have us kind of be mixed into a bigger bowl of the YouTube algorithms and possibly allow us to be able to kind of do some funner things, like possibly some free one-shots coming out. So if you would like to be kind of joining in our... Yeah, I'm going to say it. If you want to join the family, and not in a creepy way, like not like a cultish way. If you want to watch more of these videos and be a part of the family, please do that. Please like and subscribe. Also, you can check out our link tree for all our social media stuff. So our Instagram, TikTok, as well as the link to our YouTube and Twitch. And I believe that is it. So tonight, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to turn the music down just a hair. Tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be kind of giving the recap of where we left off for the Isles. So last week, we had our friends collect themselves, travel from the Bellowing Bogs back into the ship, meeting with Sylvia, the Sylph. Again, Sylvia has changed their image somewhat, looking more like trying to be seemingly more like a native, drawing less attention. And in doing so, seem to strike some interest in Yoon, who feels like they recognize that face. But no conversation has been had as of yet. As you all traveled further down the river, eventually coming to the beautiful town of Sway. Sway, as the island town, or town on the island, boasts a lot of vibrant and interesting looking individuals, as well as some very cool kind of shops and a culture that seems to be built around someone known as the Bellmaker. The Bellmaker is only really known by name at this point, as you've had Chase, the avatar of the island, telling you to find the Bellmaker to continue on to your journey. And the only the only thing that we really know about the Bellmaker so far is that when we come in, we see that in the middle of the town, of like kind of the courtyard, we see a very large bell tower of a bell that seems to be ringing out every couple hours. And the only thing, also as you're traveling down the path, you notice that there were some Carr, I believe specifically, notice that some of the animals that are around this area seem to give off a weird purplish hue to their coat, to their feathers, to their yeah, so that kind of bodes a little bit of form of mystery here. But as you guys docked, more or less, at Sway, coming to the opposite side of a bridge that you will not be able to fit under, you almost crush a merfolk that goes by the name of Urian. Urian is seemed to have been practicing his singing in this sort of far off area, and explains to you all that you are on the wrong side of the bridge. And you all decided, okay, well, this is a good place to park, and anchored down, jumped onto the bridge, and kind of made your way into the town of Sway. As you went through, eventually you met up with someone that you surmised to be Urian's sister, another merfolk that seems to have legs to walk on, someone named Clem. After meeting with Clem briefly, Clem read our friendly sea elf very wrong on some of the cues and whatnot, and threatened him several times to stop talking. But for the rest of you, it was essentially just an ineffectuate travel guide, we'll say, giving you kind of a basic sort of realm of what is in the town of Sway. Also, for the record, she didn't tell you everything. It's just kind of like a basic understanding of getting you all the way to the Bellmaker. Getting to the Bellmaker, you did notice that there was a small dwarf that had pushed the doors out. In a kind of a huff, sees you all coming up, and introduces himself as Yef. We find out that Yef is actually the son of Carvis, the Bellmaker. As you all are continuing into the Bellmaker's abode and factory and shop and all of that, you do happen to notice a small gnome from way down the hall who had dropped a very large bell and had to pull it back up. Moving on to the elevator that is at the very end of the hallway and going all the way up to the top level where we met a figure working on a cogwork style clock, wearing wings. And as they came down, I approached to you and said, essentially, I knew you would come, and introduced himself as Carvis, the Bellmaker. Anything I missed, gang?
I don't think so.
Cool.
You mentioned how Zed told the party that we were being followed by Yamamori 2 days later.
Right. Yeah. There was the very real possibility that Yamamori knows where you are, as there seems to be some sort of connection within the water, and Yamamori, the sea witch herself, being able to easily track down Zed, it sounds like. Yeah, fun stuff. So with that, we will move into our beautiful city of Sway. So I think it's this one. Nope, sorry. It's this one. Okay. So, joining our party. There we go. Joining our party back into the abode of the Bellmaker, we see Carvis himself shaking hands and introducing himself to every single one of you. As he looks at Carr, he gives a short bow, and I'd say, pushing away from RP wise, I'd say you guys kind of finish your introductions, as he goes, well, there's much to do here. First and foremost, how did you get in here? This is where you guys talk.
We just told the person in the front door that your dad sent us.
Right. Okay. I'm sorry. I meant.
We came to Sway by boat down the river.
Great. Okay. Down by the. Oh, it's a small boat.
Ish. It was tight. We're here.
All right. Great. Well, as long as you are you're here and you're safe for the moment. Well, there is a lot of things to show you, so where to start? Well, I always say we'll start with the reason why you're all here. I assume that you have some understanding of why you're here.
I was going to ask if over the table of what exactly, if remember, I remember being told to go find him, and that was basically all that I remember.
Chase pretty much said, "Yeah, go find the bell maker." Yeah.
Yeah, that's your next step. Okay.
Something to do with Yan Mamori.
Case.
What's a Yan
Sea
Mamori?
Witch. The end of the sea? Was that right? I think the end of the sea is what.
Oh. And you can tell he fully doesn't
that-
know anything about that.
Mm.
So you could say, roleplay wise, you tell him what you know.
Yeah. We were sent. This seems pretty. Like, I'm fine revealing any and all information to him as far as like, there's Sea Witch. Even some of the stuff Zed's talking about, like making an army of the dead, and so that's kind of connected to them, maybe. And did we hear about? Wasn't there an island like Bello DJ or something?
That's actually pretty close. I like that.
Yeah,
Bello DJ is good.
That's what it is. From now on. Nice.
Betlo Dife.
Bello DJ.
Nope, it's Bello
Bello
DJ
DJ.
now. Putting that
Bello
in the bed.
Good
DJ.
music.
We've talked about this above board when I was kind of creating the like islands of this world. There's a couple of names on here that I'm like, they're gonna be fully changed by the players, and I'm cool with that. So Betlo DJ, or Bello DJ. Betlo Dife is the name of the island itself. But yeah, as you explain that, you see him kind of like he takes his beard in his hands and just, oh, that is concerning. Well, seems that we may be dealing with two villains of sorts.
What do you mean?
Well, my understanding is that there's a possibility of the Merlin Loke gaining more traction than they've had lately. That's what my dreams told me, at least.
Yeah, speaking about that, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, we're being chased by some of them.
Okay, I was sort of erring on the side of everything's okay, but you look. You know what you. Are we in trouble with you?
She's quit. She terminated her employment by the Merlin Loke and tore up the whole paper. I think it's possible the two events, the Merlin Loke and the Sea Witch, might be involved somehow, but she's, yeah, I have a good feeling about her.
Very well. Well, I mean, you were a part of my dream, and I feel like if there was any sort of sign that you would be my downfall, you would take a different form. So I believe you. Well, assuming I am not giving information right into the hands of the Merlin Loke, please let me show you what I have. Do me a favor. You see him kind of looking around this very large room with multiple. The room itself kind of gives an air of there should be about 50 people working in here, because there are desks that are set in this sort of almost with the idea of there's no walls for but there's separate desks that almost give the idea of cubicle sort of stations. But you don't see anyone else as he's looking around. He goes, okay, good. Okay, all right, well, good. All right. Just do me a favor. If anyone comes up, just one of you, just knock them unconscious on sight. Unless it's my son. It's my son. It's fine.
Carl will walk over near the door or the elevator, however we got in, how someone would
Mhm.
enter, and just stands there quietly,
Cool.
being ready to scare the bejesus out of anybody who comes in.
You got it.
Is your son the only one that works here, Carvers?
No, I have
We saw another small one pulling a bell down below.
somewhere between 23 and 27 workers at all times. But they're on different floors, working on different things.
And if they come up, we should knock them out unless they're your son.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. I'll help Car if you think you're good or not.
I mean, don't kill them.
No.
Just, just in case.
Understood. I asked before, but really quick before you go, because I'll forget again. Are there windows openings to the outside on this floor?
There are.
Okay, thank you.
Before I forget, do you know this woman? And I'll do a minor illusion of Sylvia. The way Sylvia looked when we first met her, not the way she looks now.
Cool. Awesome. Yes. That is Sylvia, right?
That's right. She's with us, but she decided she didn't want to come in, I think. She went to a bar somewhere, but she's had been one of the main reasons that we all got together and started this journey in the first place.
Right, of course. I will tell you, I don't know Sylvia in person. I've been plagued over the past several days with random, I would say they're dreams, but they're almost like visions. Did you all get in a fight with a rather craggy-looking octopus-like thing?
The Rocktopus.
The Rocktopus. Yeah.
I see. Yes. Okay. Well, I wasn't sure if those really happened or if they... Well, good job. You got... okay. Good. Yes. So that's how I know.
That's not a normal thing for you. Prophetic dreams is new for you.
Yes. Very much so. Very much so. But I accept and move everything in stride. I assume there's reason for everything, and everything has a reason. So,
Ogra has a question about a reason.
sure.
How can an island have a kid? How are you the island's kid?
Looks at the rest of you. I don't know what you mean.
When we saw Chase, he said, "Look for my son, the Bellmaker." So he referred to you.
Oh. Is it possible he meant in like a spiritual sense? If curious, my father's name is Elor. So I think that he
Oh.
probably meant that.
But he didn't. He did refer to one other person as sort of his child, daughter, granddaughter, but not the rest of us or anyone else. So, and he named you specifically, though maybe the island knows of you. You haven't met Chase, have you?
No, I have not met Chase. I did see through the visions somewhat of what you were referring to, and it made sense. The idea of the island being alive. Sure, why
Big
not?
hugger.
Yeah,
Oh, so it's more like metaphorically.
correct. Yes. He was not involved in the process. Looks again at the curve. The process that would bring me here physically.
It's always hard to be sure.
Biologically. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. That's yeah, and that I know of, right? I wasn't there. I mean, I was there, but I don't remember. So there's a possibility, but anyways, always moving forward. You see him kind of like turn around, and he walks over to a wall. The wall itself looks completely blank, just that white sort of like sandstone sort of look. And you see him takes off a glove that he's wearing and puts it on like one of the desks next to him, and then reaches into his pocket and seems to take out this like interesting sort of like looking like thimble like thing. All right, everybody stands back. He just draws a little doorway, and the doorway just appears. Sorry, I always love to tell people that are not used to that type of magic to stand back. It makes me look cool. Puts the gauntlet back on. All right.
Did you draw that in the air, or is it like on a wall?
It was on the sandstone wall.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it was cool.
It's cool.
Thank you. Most of you are going to have to duck, especially you, as I can only draw as big as I am. And you all kind of like duck into this room. The room is very small, also very short. So as you duck into the room, I think for a couple of you, especially Ogre, you are having to stay in that position here. But you get a sort of weird, like kind of like almost like a secret room to like an Egyptian pyramid sort of vibe. As you look, the walls themselves look pretty much the same, except you can see that there are different there's like carvings of different sort of things. I think Yoon and Carr. I think only Yoon and Carr would recognize that they look to be like runes, glyphs, essentially, like magical protection sort of things. And in the center, on this very familiar looking kind of pedestal-like thing, we see a small metallic figure. The figure itself has has two kind of circles above it, kind of like looks like a figure eight, two circles kind of stacked on top of each other. One is slightly smaller than the other. And you see that inside there seems to be this like twisting like mechanism that allows a smaller, flat, concentric sort of circle spin inside both the circles. Ogre, you feel like you look at this and you see some sort of resemblance to the towers, that memory of the towers. 1 second. I'm going to say, as we're doing this, actually, everybody can give me, anybody who thinks they would know or be interested in, give me an investigation check.
$16 for Carr.
Okay.
For yours.
Say that one again. Once again, you got cut out
14.
there.
Sorry, 14 for yours.
12.
5.
2.
5 and a 2. Who got the 2?
I did.
Nice.
I'm just gonna
Straight
sit on my
$7.
hands.
Oh man.
Can I have advantage since I've seen this kind of thing before?
Sure.
Okay, that's better. That's going to be a 12.
Well, okay, cool. Give me those numbers once again. I'm sorry, I was also looking at something else. So
12.
14.
12, 14.
Car got
Ogre
16.
12. Car got 16, and then Keelanor got a 2. Cool. As you're looking at this device, you see there's a. It looks to be like made of some sort of like bronzed metal. But it almost gives this kind of like rusty sort of look for everybody that's looking, except for Kaelin, or we'll handle that in a second. It definitely looks really, really old. There's significant sort of amounts of like markings and like scratch and beat up sort of things that give a sense of like, even though this thing looks to be extremely important, the age is prevalent in the idea of the like kind of like marks and etchings and sort of things that are on there. I call this the Solaris Lunaris, but I'm sure it has a more primitive name. This device, I know not what it does, but from the I do know as soon as I found it, I started having, let's say, difficult dreams. Riaris, give me an insight check.
That's great, because I wanted to ask to do that. That's bad. That's a natural one.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah.
Where did you find it?
Well, looks at an area in the wall where there's nothing there. Because would be the mountain. It was almost like it found me, though. Oh, sorry, you're not. Mount Jacoblan. It's the spirit mountain. Many of the natives here believe it to be a place where they're able to converse with their loved ones that have passed.
Has Carr heard of this place?
I was going to ask the same thing, yeah.
I don't know. Do you think I'm going to ask you, because it's not obviously it's in your wheelhouse, but it's definitely not in any sort of culture of what you follow.
So it's not Eric Cochran at all?
Not at all. Yeah.
Then I probably would not have. Okay.
Cool. You got it.
But I definitely, I perk up a little bit when he says that, like, I have to go check this place out.
Mount Shaka Shaka.
I hear that.
Mount Jacoblan.
Chocolate blonde.
Jock?
Chocolate blonde.
Sure.
Is it nearby?
Yes, it is only about a half a day's travel from here.
Is it on the island or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just north of here.
Was it in a tower?
No, it was. See, he's like he's not. It's not like he's trying to hide. We'll say anybody who wants to roll an inside check can here, but what you guys see right now is him. It was like I said, it found me.
I'm surprised you had a chance to leave the shop with all the work you seem to be doing. It's so much here.
Once a week, I decide to take the day off. Something I decided about 50 years ago. Every once in a while, you just need a day where you just take a break.
I used to do something similar, except opposite.
So you only worked once a day. I mean, sorry, you only worked once a week.
Well, said once in a while. It wasn't always once a week, sometimes. But, that way I get everything I need to do done in the day, and then the rest are for other things.
Yes, that makes sense. But so here we are. I assume that you all know what it does probably more than I do.
Okra's seen one that looks like it, but somewhere else.
You've seen another Solaris Lunaris?
Mm-hmm.
Ogre, that's technically not true. You didn't see this machine. You saw a marking of it.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the basin part is what you're talking about.
No, the actual thing, like when you see like it's on that pedestal, and I'll say like it's the idea of like where it is on the pedestal itself. It seems like he might have made that from, again, possibly some sort of dreams that he was having, and that's why it does look similar. But the item itself, so we'll say if you want to retcon that, we'll say
redcon, fast forward or rewind.
You got it. So I assume you all know what it does. I'm interested in learning. I need to know how things work. I assume it's something to do with the sun and the moon, given the... am I close?
Didn't you name it?
Yes.
Well, I guess that's why. Sun and the moon. But I don't think any of us have seen this before. I'm as interested as you. Maybe not quite, but I am interested.
I see. Okay. Well,
How long ago? I'm sorry. How long ago did this find you?
let's see. It would have been about... something I want to make sure I'm taking care of above board, which I'm sorry, it's going to kind of give this away. Ogra, your experience with the Merlin Loke happened a week ago, correct?
Mm-hmm. When we all met, that's the... Or, yeah.
No.
Or,
not that.
Oh, no.
When you were at the tower.
I thought you said it's been, like, when we traveled to the town we all met, it was, like, 2 weeks later. I thought that's what you first said.
So 3 weeks. That makes sense. Yeah, cool. So yeah, that's what he says. About 3 weeks ago.
Does anyone else know about this? Have you showed it to anyone else?
No. My son doesn't even know about it. So you don't know what it does.
No.
Ogra's seen markings like it, but no.
Where did you see a very short dwarf get very close to you? Where did you see that?
Well, she's gonna get on her knees so she's eye level with him because she's used to speaking to someone a little smaller than her.
Yeah, I love it.
And she's just gonna go, in this tower on the other edge of the island. And it looked like this.
Oh, interesting. Tower, you said tower. Was this tower manned in any way?
It was old and rusted and abandoned.
Rust.
There was like 3 floors and they had those symbols around it. And there was like a base.
Was it like a pink stone?
Yes.
You see him like push through out of the room and starts like running over now outside of the room as soon as you guys all kind of follow out. and is running to a very like extremely long bookcase that kind of takes up the entire sort of other side. So he like full on is just dwarf running across the room. Comes over, is looking through. As you guys kind of catch up to him, he looks at Riaris and goes, "Don't really want to waste these wings on this. Could you give me a boost, please?"
You want me just to grab one for you, or pick you up? What?
Yeah, just pick. It's fine. Just pick me up.
Okay.
You pick him up, and you feel like he's pretty heavy. Like getting him up. All right. Yeah, this one. This. And as you feel a weight of a probably like truly like 30-pound book now coming to your ears. Okay, you can put me down. You put him down. Okay, right. Goes over to the desk, kind of flips over. Okay. Historically, one of the quote-unquote natural phenomena of all these islands, dating back to when they were first written down, did the tower look like this? And points to this very large diagram of a tower that does look a little different. First off, doesn't look to be like in ruins. And secondly, it looks to be a little bit like just slightly different in architecture. We'll say that like the top of the top of like the highest floor seems to kind of like move outward, like has this like kind of like more like almost like if it was a chess piece, this has more of like a queen type of look to it. You're muted.
Ogre's gonna take the book in her hands and just like tilt it a little and try to see like it's lopsided almost.
Okay.
A little worn down like that, and this part wasn't like it, but kind of.
Okay. And you said it was on the coast of this island.
Mm-hmm. On the exact other end, on the beach.
The other end of the island?
Uh-huh.
Not exactly. It would be on the opposite side of the river.
Yeah.
Right. So you're telling him the opposite end of the island. The island is gigantic. So we'll ask this. Ogre, are you telling him where you suspect it to be?
Yes, on the other end of the river.
Cool. You got it. Which is and I will say just above board, it is also a little bit further away from that. The point is it's essentially kind of like smack dab in the middle, like south middle of the island, but also Ogre wouldn't know exactly where it is either. So as you explain this, interesting. Okay. Well, so what it's, you kind of like see him flip a page, and you see a image of all of the islands here, but dots that are formed from, it looks like there's 2 dots that are on Chasavi, 2 dots that are on Watafan, 2 dots that are on Faran, and then 2 dots that are on Betlodife, and then the other farther island that truly above board I've yet to name. You notice that each one of those seem to have 2 dots representing what you assume to be towers. So, was there, in this tower that you saw the marking on it, was there a pedestal like that?
Mm-hmm. I think there were 2 pedestals or just one, little fuzzy. And there were chains up there too.
Chains. Interesting. Was there anything else? Anything that was there a window?
Yes. On the 2nd floor, there was like 3 floors.
Was it facing south? I'd say above board, there's a good chance that Ogre doesn't know what south is.
It was facing that way.
Oh, okay, so northwest. Okay, so that can't be it. Well, I mean, runic carving, device here.
Second floor was the moon. Top was the moon and the sun.
Okay. Well, so there you have it. It seems like these things are connected. And possibly there are more to find.
And does it make would it be also that Merlin Loke were attacking Ogre when she was there?
I don't know if they have interest in the towers. I'm not sure. Above board, he doesn't have enough information to really understand what you're asking.
Well, Kayla she's gonna stop and like do this.
The person that is definitely not going to turn us all in.
No. She's good. She broke up with them, so we're good.
Yeah,
Great.
nobody ever gets back with their exes. It's just so we're
Great.
good.
Yeah, they're never
Nice,
getting back together.
I'm gonna see if he knows. Okay, you roll a 3. He doesn't know. Oh, okay, good. Well, that was simple. You could just end your time with the cult. That's good.
And then it's just,
Good to know.
Except for that one guy.
But Kaelinor, do you know anything about these towers?
I don't think I do. I think it was all very hush hush. Again, I'm not important enough to know things, but it was very quiet about it. I'm assuming they know what it is already.
Given.
Oh,
Go ahead. Sorry.
so you're not familiar with what the Merlin Loke know or what they're planning to do with these towers in any way?
No, but I feel like I should now.
Did you go buy them even if you didn't know the purpose? To check on them or to go buy towers at all, or?
I think so.
Has Carr, in flying overhead in various regions, seen any of these, looking at where the map is?
Give me a history check.
I can do that.
We'll say, no, I think there's a straight history check.
Okay, 18.
18?
Nice.
Yeah, great. With an 18, yeah, you have. I think at a certain point, you just kind of assumed that they were just abandoned towers of, people that live on the land must
Okay.
have built it at some point in time. And
With the 18, are there any that I've seen that are not on his map?
no.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I help with his map at all?
It's so what he has is it's not even necessarily a map as it is just a very rudimentary sort of thing of here's the islands and here's dots representing where we've seen the towers on these islands.
Okay. Then
So,
I
yeah.
will just kind of, as he's talking and they're talking, I didn't mean to, I'll just kind of nod, and it's not oh yeah, I've seen those.
Right. Cool. You got it. And I'm sorry. I think one thing I want to make sure I handle above board. Betlo Dife does not have towers on it.
That's the scary one, right?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Okay.
Bello DJ.
Bello DJ, yes.
The place we're going. Yeah. Mhm.
So that means there are 2 for 4 islands. So there's 8 in all.
Cults are often very compartmentalized. If you didn't know information, they always like to have their levels some sort of 8th level dragon lily, and they know information, but you wouldn't know information. And don't beat yourself up if you don't know anything about these towers.
That's true. I didn't mean to insult your. I didn't know how high up you were before you you know, it's bad. You're doing the right thing. You left the bad thing. So, you know.
Is there any culture here that holds 8 in reference in reverence? And if not 8,
Oh, man.
how about 9?
I think there's a certain point where I'll say above board as Carr starts to get into the numerology of
Right.
like the cultures that are around here. There's
Yeah.
a certain point where Carr, like, there's a like,
I just, like,
you guys ever
lost.
see like a small animal when they get dizzy, they kind of like do this like
Yeah,
sort
okay.
of like that's what Carr starts to do.
Okay, that's fair.
So above
Can-
board, there's not enough information yet to know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can Ogra think of any time where there is an eclipse, since there's a picture of a moon and a sun together?
I don't think like if you've ever seen an eclipse before.
Like, if for some reason, like if there's an eclipse coming, or any talks of an eclipse, like for grand stories,
Oh,
or
no. I don't think that's something that truly above board. I don't think that's something they would necessarily be interested in. A lot of time, and
Alright.
like assuming that fog, like how that fog kind of travels, it also would blot out certain specifics of the sun and the moon, right?
all right.
I would like to, if I can, roll an insight check on Yoon, because I feel like I'm trying to understand if that was a very specific life. The being in a cult, you drop the terminology or level there, and I'm kind of like, is he just making this up, or does he have experience with this?
Cool, love it.
Try to read that. 13.
Not trying to hide
Riaris.
anything. I think.
Riaris, roll initiative.
Uh-oh.
I guess then I'll do. Yeah.
And so I think they're like, like not trying to know if you're hiding anything, but to trying to judge if like this is in real life, like you're telling a truth, or you're just making stuff up on the spot. You know.
Are you saying something from experience or?
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to get to. Yes.
I think based on the persuasion roll that you would assume that he's just making stuff up. And
17.
he has some experience with if you know anything about the island he's from, with that sort of ranks and levels and that sort of stuff, but not necessarily a cult.
No, I think that makes
Although-
sense. I think he's like, you knows a lot of things, and that stuff makes sense that you would know or whatever, be
No.
able to do all that. So, cool.
Yeah, I mean, he might know about cults, but I think mostly you just pick up that he just, makes stuff up.
Mhm.
So what have the Merlin Loke been doing in this area? You said that before we arrived and told you about the Sea Witch, that your main concern was I'm aware that the Merlin Loke are generally not doing good, but was there something specific in this area?
I hid it away safe because I assumed that there was going to be a certain point in time that either the Order of the Azure or the Merlin Loke would try to claim it.
Do I know the Order of the Azure? What
Yeah,
he
we heard
just
that before.
said.
I don't think Carr knows.
Okay.
There's a possibility it will say Kaelinor and Yoon would be the only ones that might know.
History?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a 10.
A 22.
Caitlin.
22. Man, cult knows cult. The Order of the
Cults gotta
Azure.
stick together, man.
She knows more about
Cults
him
gotta
than
stick
you.
together. Yeah. The Order of the Azure are essentially a group of they're essentially a cult is a strong term for this group. They are interested in the idea of the gaining of knowledge, and their they have several sort of like organizational sort of places, essentially like their own like towers, so to speak, throughout the Isles, but not on Chassavet. So Kaelinor, with you said 22?
22.
Nice. Yeah, the 22, you know, there's at least one place that's the Order of the Azure in Faran. You know for sure there's at least two places that have them in Wat Fan. But they're for the most part, like when asked about it, they're in like using like Merlin Low terms, they are useful tools of weak-willed but strong-minded individuals. Essentially saying they're not strong enough for us to need to worry about, but they seem to be collectors of information. Specifically, magical information. Arcane collectors, essentially.
I relay that to the group. I kind of just go, I think Kay just was like, honestly, in my opinion, a bunch of nerds collecting things, magical things. Yeah, they really care for information, but they don't have a stronghold in Chassavet. They're one in Faran, two in Wat Fan, but they probably want to study the thing that you have in there.
This is a fun moment, actually. Yoon, give me a history check. Separate one for this.
14.
14. You rolled a 10 before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 10, you've heard the name. But a 14, as Kaelinor says, they don't have a stronghold in Chassavet. You remember there was a lot of construction being happening in Bambatas.
Mm.
So it's a possibility that they are building one.
I feel we're at a bit of unfortunately, a dead end, my friend. You thought we would know information about the relic that you have, and we kind of thought that you would have a next step for us. Though Sylvia might have more information.
Sure, perhaps.
Did you see us coming to you? Is that why you thought we would have the answers?
Yes, I assumed that. It seems like it is. The timing is, well. Looks at all of you, like looks kind of like around you all. It seems to be like eyeing your gear and things like that. Well, perhaps that's not all I can do for you all. But yeah, to answer your questions, I don't think you're here for the. This is not chance. This is not happenstance. And then the idea of the situations that have happened so closely, I imagine that you're the ones that need to find more of these. I do believe, and Riars, did I have you roll an insight check on him being weird before?
Yes, I got a natural one.
That's right, natural one. I do believe that these are linked to things that the Merlin Loke will eventually be involved in. And that is inherently bad, I assume.
In your dreams, did you see any goblins?
No. But I did see a great beast.
Oh, what
you
about
see him visibly
a
like shiver as he.
sea witch with like an undead army?
Yeah, you've caught me up on that. That is new information. I'm sure that's possibly another player in this. Maybe she or it would possibly have some use for the. The point is, there's a good chance that maybe it's best for you all to collect these things before they do.
Did Chase mention a beast of some kind? But we're looking for her family, who was taken by the Merlin. Just another reason that we've come here.
I see. What? Sorry to hear that. I haven't seen any goblins in this town in months.
Would you know where they would take them?
Roll me an insight check.
-2. Oh, wait.
Incredible.
Wait, no, I'm thinking... I rolled a nat 1, but...
Okay.
Insight...
Insightful
It would
bunch
make
today.
it... It'd be a 4,
4.
but it's still a nat 1.
You see him like kind of like looking you up and down, and you get kind of nervous. And like I think if you like visibly like, oh no, I'm sorry. You here? Why would they be here?
Because they got taken, and you said...
Right.
Ogre doesn't understand the question.
Why would your family be here? I'm confused.
Because they're the goblins?
Hey, Leonard, did you mention that there was a Merlin Loke stronghold or base somewhere nearby?
To the east of here. So they could have come
I'm
down.
sorry. What?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
It's just like a feeling, you know, when you get it, like...
On this island.
Mm-hmm.
On this island.
Well, that's...
Oh hell no. You see him like walk off. I was just saying.
Well, no.
And in this moment, you recognize like he thought the threat would like, you know, kind of circles around, but he does not know that Merlin Loke are here anywhere near Sway. So he goes to a desk, goes under, pushes a button underneath. You see all of the bookcase, each individual like sort of piece of the bookcase spins to another side, full on like Men in Black style, to just multiple pieces of weaponry up on the like, and just like you see him press another button, and like the windows immediately just like kind of shut with this like
Oh my God.
these iron flaps that come down, and you see these like purple sort of gaslit lamps kind of come on. All right, okay. Well, so we'll just, you know, when you say stronghold, do you mean like how many we're talking here?
like, not... just, what...
Like 20, 30, 50?
Probably, like, 20 plus, maybe? Like, that's where they were holding... Well, from what I know, holding Ogre's family, and she's gonna be there, so...
Wait. You know where they're holding my family?
Yeah, we did, like, I kind of think I know where they're holding your
You
family.
think you know, yeah.
Not 100%, like, 75, I'm sure. Okay, maybe like 50.
I'm
Kind
gonna roll my crappy insight to see if I can pick up on when she said she. I got a 7.
Cool. Love it.
So I think going in all guns blazing, maybe not the best idea.
Oh,
But we didn't have
was-
guns before at all.
So this thing right here is essentially it's something that I like to call a grenade. So if we have a couple of these that we can possibly just
what
toss
does it
in.
do? What I don't never seen anything like that before.
Yes, good question. So it's there's an arcane mechanism inside that flips, and when it does, it releases a small gas bubble that continues to try to expand, and then there is a small like kind of and actually you can see right here because he gets very artificer in this moment as he like kind of like opens the like if you can see right here, there's a little flint mark there that you as you release it, the flint will just kind of spark out, and then a big boom.
Would have loved that on Faran.
While
I can
he's
see why Chase
explaining,
sent us here now.
I
while
want
he's
one.
explaining it, can I sleight of hands take one?
It's not steal.
Sure. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Well, he just would have given you one.
I know.
My sleight of hand is pretty good. Okay, that is really good. Sleight of hand. That's gonna be a 19.
The 19, yeah, you immediately pocket one of these arcane grenades.
As Zed tries to steal another one and distracts him. Stop!
No, okay, you don't need to, all right, we'll all spread the love, okay? So, all right, great. So, it's a midday. How long do you think it would take to get there?
Like, not too long. 40 minutes.
What was we have an Aarakocra here. We have an Ashway. If you could just, if I could give you a bundle of these, like maybe 10, if you could just drop them over the stronghold. And
And what do they do?
Wait, Ogre's family may be there.
And there might be information in the stronghold. Maybe. And people.
right. Okay. All right. Okay. So some need for some subterfuge. Okay.
We could say that for after. You know, we get the information in the family and then we drop explosives on the
Because not on my island. Do you understand? That's not. All due respect. What am I saying? You quit. You get it. Yeah, not on my island. Car, you hear the elevator come up, like start to kind of like come up, and I would say actually it's not quiet. You all hear it.
Yeah, I walk over to it.
Cool. You look down into it. Go ahead and give me. Actually, no perception check. It's just coming up closer. You see what looks to be a small cap with a being with blonde hair, short blonde hair, and a very large, like dark black bell.
Have I seen this individual before?
You absolutely have.
Is it the girl who dropped the bell?
Yes, it is.
I kind of look over at the bell maker, like, is it okay now or is it not okay now? Like,
you see him dwarf run, closes the door.
okay, because he's I'm about to cast a spell. Like,
Yeah.
But he seems like he's okay with her coming up.
He's working on it. Yoon, what are you doing?
So hearing the elevator come up. So when he flips over the wall, like what do we kind of see on the wall of, is it just grenades or like lots of different stuff? And
It's a plethora of things, most of which you do not understand. I think
Right.
there's various sort of like weirdly shaped. Some of them look like weapons. Like you definitely see like a thing like a trident on the wall, but it also looks like it has like multiple compartments in it. So you know what I'm saying?
God,
Like we're
that
in
is
that.
not
right.
here
Is there
officially.
anything there that I would recognize?
I think so. As he kind of like he closes the door, kind of does like a little like. You do take that moment to actually notice that there's an interesting looking weapon on the wall that looks to be some sort of firearm, but you feel like there's a I think since the wall has been flipped over, you've been paying attention and listening to conversation, but your eyes just occasionally just kind of dart over there. Something's drawing you over to it.
And I think hearing the elevator and the idea that we were supposed to knock somebody out or whatever if they came up, that I think his mind went to weapon. He has cards. That's what he has on him. So, yeah. So Yoon kind of walks over to it and starts to look at it and just kind of, what is this? Picks it up.
Yeah, you see what for the viewing purpose essentially kind of like looks like a sawed-off shotgun. I mean, honestly, I'd say at this point, Evan, why don't you explain to me what it looks like?
So it's a bit like a sawed-off shotgun. It looks, if anybody is familiar with the term a Howdah pistol, it's a overly large flintlock, but instead of two barrels side by side, they're vertical. And it has a sort of break action where the handle is, and the handle is also a little bit more tilted. Rather than being sort of straight down, it's almost like just a curve going up with those two. And the barrels are they're very large, larger than you would see on like a normal, if you've seen a flintlock or a rifle or anything like that. And so, yeah, almost a pistol version of a sawed-off shotgun with vertical barrels.
I would say, like at this point, Carvis is on the other side of the room. This is a very big room. Like, this is like 80 by 80 feet, and you see him like he's like kind of like catching his breath against the door as the elevator kind of comes up, and fully like realizes as the elevator comes up that the bookcase has not flipped over yet, so those are just out. Yeah, go ahead.
So my plan was to not only unfurl my wings to block sight,
Okay.
but cast sleep.
Okay. You got it. Cool. Go ahead and
Spirits fly down and just try, lull the creature to sleep. I hope.
Okay,
she's low
you
enough.
got
Let me see.
yeah, go ahead and roll your die. Your dice.
I gotta find that. It is. Oh, what is it? Hold on. I'm looking for it.
You're good.
Oh, come on. I have the spell open. Where is it? Is it? How many D8 is it? I can't find it. Oh, 5d8. Got it. Okay. It took me a minute to get there.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll. 20? Not so great.
Okay. 20's pretty good. So I'm gonna say because I don't have this person's HP listed on here, I'm gonna roll a D20, and if it's 17 or higher, it doesn't affect them,
Okay.
which is gonna be really fun.
But regardless, my wings are still unfurled, blocking the view.
Cool, you got it. Oh, sorry, I literally took it away to roll it. That was a 15. That was a 15, anyway, not the 19. That was a 15. Cool. So the elevator comes all the way up, and you see just a full-on passed out gnome girl.
Excellent. And so I will put my wings back over my shoulders and just step aside, like so that they can see her, and just stand there quietly.
Good. Yeah. I suppose. Yeah. That. And then walks over, like pushes the button under the desk. And you see the. Good. Yes. Okay. We can wake her up now. Just to find out what she wants. I'm sure there's something.
I kneel beside her and try to gently wake her up.
Cool. Roll me
Obviously
a.
scared.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, you're right. There's no roll for this. As you see this gnome figure open their eyes and just like kind of like looks up at you, just and just like just like full on starts to kick feet away as you're just like too close to her.
And so I'm like, he's awake. Knowing what people think of me, I was going to be nice, but I will just quietly back aside and
Yep.
kind of under my breath say, I think you've been working too hard to fall asleep on the elevator. And I'll just...
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Is it? Isabella's fine. These are these are all friends. Okay, relax. Breathe, kid. Okay, yeah, it's fine. As you see, Isabel kind of like starts to kind of calm down and. Okay. Sorry. I know you're busy. Bellmaker, but I just wanted to let you know that the Crimson Kraken is their bell is ready. I've been trying to kind of get it. It's big and it's kind of heavy, so I just wanted to let you know that it's ready, and I don't know if you wanted to do something specific on transportation wise to get it down there, but you see Carvis just kind of like looks at her and just goes, "Well, has it been paid for yet, Isabel?" No, sir, not yet. Wait, and what do we say? Anyone who looks like a pirate, money up front. Correct. Isabel goes, okay, yeah, all right. Well, then I'll just go down to the docks and tell them we need the money. I'll just do that. Okay, great. Sorry. Looks over at Carr, who is not looking any less formidable. Just like trying his best, but it's just sorry. I didn't know that you were that. Okay. Anything? And you see Carvis go, nope, that'll be all, Isabel. Bye-bye. Okay. And you see Carvis kind of like pulls the lever for her. It just goes back down. Sorry about that.
Money up front, that's a good policy. Now, this is art. I've seen some flintlocks before on Ferran, but never anything like this. You made this.
You like that? There's two different triggers. You're able to kind of fire from both barrels.
How does one load it?
Well, you can just see the mechanism here, and you see him like kind of like essentially like just like a shotgun, just full on, just like kind of like opens it up on that side, and you can load it in here. And there's actually so some fun stuff with this. And you see him like pull out a separate sort of drawer that has all this like random ammunition that all looks to be like different forms of metal, like clearly they're different things. And he goes, so these are explosive rounds, armor piercing rounds. These rounds will hopefully freeze the person in place. Those are experimental. I haven't worked on those yet. And this like starts to kind of like list off sort of things for you. So we'll say in this moment, as you are like looking at all of this stuff, Yoon, you are fully immersed in the like in the like just awe of this weapon. And like I said, you feel like you have this weird sort of connection with it. It's not sentient, there's nothing literally calling out to you. But as he is kind of like walking you through things, eventually at a certain point in time he presses the button again, and you see the like things can flip. All right, now for the rest of you, what to grab? Take a look. If there's anything that interests you, I can kind of walk you through what it does.
Are you saying I can have this?
Are you going to get Merlin Loke off my island,
Absolutely.
then it's yours. Put it to good use.
Carvis, if you ever come to Chukan on the island of Faran, just mention my name, Yoon Aurelian. Anything you want there.
Absolutely. And he does the full like warrior handshake sort of thing. Like, goes, pleasure. Please enjoy. I will do that. Cool. So, friends, as you look at this wall, there are things on here that are like weapon based. There's also some things that look like they're not like weapon based. So what I'm going to say, simplification wise here on this, I'm going to say if there's weapons that you want to look at, it's going to be a specific roll. But if there's also just random items that you want to look at, that's going to be a different roll. So you can tell me what you want to see up front. I would say, obviously, like interest wise, there's a moment of like, well, my character would be interested in the weapons thing, but I will say this is a moment above board of saying, do you want to get a weapon or do you want to get a possibly magical item? There's a good chance that the weapons aren't going to be like necessarily more powerful than some of the things you have, right? There's a possibility of that. Okay. We'll start with Riaris.
Sure. I think initially Riaris doesn't quite know how to respond because this is quite the armory of things that he does not understand whatsoever. And it's like, what? Where have I just stepped into? But I think to answer your question, he would go for a magical item. He might ask Talia if there's anything that's pinging or if she feels drawn to anything. But I think for him, he's thinking, weapons and armor and stuff are stuff to be earned. One, through experience and valor. So a magical item would ultimately be where he would land.
Yeah, I love it. Cool. Roll me a d10, please.
That is a 2.
Cool. Cool. One of the pieces that you see, a lot of things up here, especially on the other like sort of item like sort of list, looks to be bell shaped. The item that you look at is a very small silver bell. You notice that there is there's a marking of what looks to be just two lines, like two like wavy lines on it that are like carved into it. But yeah, it interests you, especially the idea of like the size of some of these things, that thing being so small. Why is that on this wall? So as you look at it, Carvis comes over and goes, yes, this is the harmony bell. Are you a musician by chance?
I don't know if I would go that far. Dabbled. About it.
That's fine. Good. Well, this kind of does this.
Well, yeah, what is this? It's something drew me to this. I'm not sure why. It's beautiful.
Well, when wrong, it's let's show it off, shall we? You there? And he points to the little sea elf who tried to probably also grab a grenade and failed to do so. Can you just come over by the window, please? As you see Zed kind of like walks over. Great, okay. Well, you do me a favor. Can you point that bell at your friend? Don't worry, nothing bad will happen. And then just ring it.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Kind of hesitantly, and then no. Good little finger.
Cool. As you ring the bell, you see Zed, who is now being taken away from all of these incredibly like powerful looking items, and seems to be like pretty annoyed. Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever. It's fine. We could just, if you could just, and then you ring the bell. Yeah. Just take a breather. I'm good. I feel so good. Right. Thank you. What was it? Zed? Thank you, Zed. Also, while that bell is rung, Kaelinor, is it?
Yes.
You most likely possess some sort of magic, right? Being able to kind of attack with a magic source.
Yes.
Okay, great. Can you attack my friend here with that? Points to Riars.
Sure.
Don't worry, we all believe you. You quit, so we're good. This is.
Yeah. Okay. And I'll go hit Riaris.
Well, okay. You
With
go.
my sword?
You go to walk up to Riars.
You're like, fine.
You're like, whoa, wait.
Wow, that happened a lot easier than I thought. Great.
Well, no,
Check it off
no,
the
that's
list.
no. Okay, no. I need you to cast that magic from a distance.
Wow, you didn't need much convincing on that.
Sorry, that was she almost cut you down there. Apologies. Just,
Okay. And I will cast decisions.
I don't know that spell.
I have
basically
decisions.
command.
Yeah, I will do
Paralyzes.
command.
Do it.
Okay. It's so good. Cool. Riaris. Good. Whatever saving throw Riaris go ahead and
It is
roll.
13 wisdom.
Oh, wisdom. That's awesome. What was it? What's the number? 19? No, not
13.
13.
19. Oh, 15.
Incredible. You do feel that's a great way to show what this item doesn't do. And this is also like some of this is absolutely Carvis's fault. What's amazing is that Riaris, you do feel. give me an Arcana check, Riaris.
I'm gonna think that this thing works.
Right.
It's gonna be rough. Arcana. Yeah, it's a 1.
Cool.
2
Awesome.
minus 1. So.
You're pretty sure this bell saved you from the magic that Kaelinor was doing.
Yep, 100%.
It nullified it.
Wow, this is something, Carvis. Wow. How long does the effects last?
Not very long. So you have to time it pretty well. I would make sure that you kind of like have it attached to your person. It won't ring unless you actively want it to.
Good.
You notice
that's definitely good.
there's no tang to it. Is that what that is?
I feel like it is.
Sounds good to me.
Probably a tang.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Excellent. I will give it a try. I think this could definitely be useful.
It's called a clapper.
Clapper.
All right.
That's silly. Tang sounds better. You're welcome. You can have that. All right. Well, Zed, you doing okay over there? I'm so good. I feel great.
We found his ADHD medication.
Whatever.
Does this?
So chill.
Whatever you did, we need to keep doing that. Can we tie that bell to him?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel right, but it doesn't really feel wrong either.
You do see as he like seems to come to. He goes, "Oh, can you ring the bell on my bug?"
I will. I will pretend to do it. I know he's not there, but I will aim it right at him instead to make sure. Just get
You got
one
it.
of those.
I think that worked. Seems to work. In the meantime, Ogre, what would you like to do?
The magical item sounds pretty sweet. There was one thing, if we were gonna get shit or stuff, I was gonna ask, but I think I'll go with a magical item.
Okay, you got it. Also, Riar, Stan, if you're still there, just
I am. Yeah, I'm
mark.
just blowing my nose. Sorry.
Cool, no worries. Just mark on your page for me. Just Harmony Bell.
Oops.
Okay, cool. Ogre, roll me a d10.
D10. A 1.
Cool, awesome. So you see a book. Now, I will say for all intents and purposes here, a lot of times with like looking at D&D as an idea of like you aren't, unless you're a wizard, you can't really just take spells from this. In this case, you can. I think the way we're going to kind of view it is, oh wait, Ogre
I
can't
can't read!
Incredible. So this is what happens. You look at the book and you look at like the pages and that, and like Carvus comes over. So you're interested in the Tome of Sonorous Spells. I have to say it's some of my best work. This is a very useful book for those that want to cast spells. I wasn't aware I was speaking with a fellow wizard, so this is incredible.
Do you have like a version that could speak to you what it says?
Or an illustrated version.
But you can read it.
No.
Yes.
No, Ogre.
Oh. Okay. Go ahead and roll another d10 for me. Incredible.
7.
7. Okay, well, if you can't read it as a wizard, well, let's look. Maybe this would be useful for you. Yes. You see this. You see he hands over to you a glass ball that looks like you can see there's a light, there's like a small light inside that seems to be moving when you're talking around it, like it's picking up the sounds, and it just kind of gets bigger, like it glows brighter when like a louder sound happens. And this is what I call a sonic sphere. Let's see. I guess we could just try this now. Just make sure. Okay, just do me a favor. So I'm going to give this to you, and I want you to press the. There's a small little like button on top. I would like you to press that button when I say. Did you? Okay, so you did press it already. Okay, there was a moment I just wanted to make sure that you understood how that worked first before I. That. Okay, all right. Well, you get the gist of it. So yeah, you can basically keep someone from being able to speak within 10 feet of you. It's like a above where it's a small silent spell.
Were these all made with Zed in mind?
I know, my God.
You see him like, hey, I don't. Yeah, I get it. Amazing. Car, magic item or magic weapon?
And what was this called?
This is called the Sonic Sphere.
Sonic Sphere.
So car is torn. So I want to try and break your rule about what I'm looking for and tell you what I'm looking for, but it's could go either way. Carr feels like, I'll tell you what he's thinking, and then you can tell me if I
Okay.
have to do one or the other, and I'll just do it. He
That's fair.
feels like the last time there was combat, he was just about useless. Now, granted, it was because he had spell slots, but he has no attacking capability, and he certainly can't just beat them because he's got no strength. So, what he's looking for is either something to take people out of combat without killing them necessarily, just an item that would take them out of combat, or
Sure.
like hand crossbows, so he could do something from a distance. And so I know that's a weapon and an item, but just something where he would be effective in combat, so he could actually help the party.
So I would say in that realm, go ahead and roll me a d10, and we'll assume that it's on the weapon side.
Fine. Yeah, because he's just torn. He just wants to be helpful in combat, not necessarily hurt anybody, but just like, hey, I want to sit there more than point.
Right.
D10, you said. Okay.
Mhm.
Got it. 5.
Perfect. That's exactly what I was looking at. Great.
Oh, okay.
You do see, I'll say in game, like what you see is a crossbow that is on the wall. The crossbow on the wall itself has where the bolt is located. You see like it yeah, let's do this because it just looks really. I think it looks really funny to me. You see what looks to be like a dwarvish face with a mouth open,
Okay.
as the loading point.
Okay.
Not like facing towards the enemy.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'd have to shove an arrow down.
Yeah, that's not. We don't want that. It looks like
I
it's
don't
facing
like
towards
that.
the enemy. Feed me. No. Yes, the echoing crossbow. One of my early works, actually. Gosh, I hope this thing still works. Well, who wants to get hit? Okay, I'll do it. And you see, like,
I think Riaris will go up with holding the bell, feeling like I'm good. I'm not even worried.
you hold the bell. Okay, cool.
Yeah, not that he even said it has to do with physical damage. I think he just.
But you like raise your hand with it, and you see like, you see Carver's go like, well, just to be clear, that doesn't. Yep. Okay. You don't. Yeah. Go
He's
ahead.
died
absolutely.
before. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Oh well. Okay. Well, this shouldn't kill you, but I guess any shot could. Try not to hit his head.
Car, do you even know how to use that? Whatever.
Car nods.
Yeah, I love it.
I am actually proficient with crossbows. Bards are, so like I
Oh yeah.
when he picks it up, he looks like he's not unfamiliar.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool.
He's not a
So we'll,
crossbow expert guy, but he's like, okay.
right. We'll say for this. Okay, cool. So you do have a dagger, and dagger's using your dex. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, go ahead and roll an attack roll for me. So it's just a d20 plus 2.
Okay. 4.
Cool. Awesome. Riaris, you instinctively duck as the shot happens, and Cart like full does a kickback. You duck as the arrow goes whizzing above your head. Okay, well, maybe some practice with it. That's fine. Here, I'll grab. I'm lower to the ground. It's gonna be helpful with that. So anyway, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna load it in here, and then he's still looking at you as and then you're just going to fire, and he fires, and it Riaris, it hits you right. You weren't like ready for it, I think. As it you weren't like flexing for it, I guess. Bracing. As it hits you, give me a wisdom saving throw.
4.
4? Okay, cool, awesome. You are now roll me a d4.
That is a 3.
Cool. So you take typical crossbow damage. You take the amount of damage that as a crossbow is like just sticking out of your side. So you definitely feel that. And then you Riaris, you go to like kind of like walking towards Carvis, and you're not really sure why you're walking to the left, as your direction is disoriented for a second.
Just kind of looking around, like holding, like, fuck you, like confused, a little baffled. Okay, yeah.
So what happens is that I when I shoot the arrow, as long as it hits you, there's a part that seeps out from the bolt itself and goes all the way up to your brain and jumbles your brain up a bit, just temporarily, to the point of you having not really sure which way is up and down or so forth. Yeah, you want to get away from the window though. Okay, come here.
Yeah, it's like we're high up.
Start walking. Start walking away from me.
I
Good.
walk
Yep.
towards him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and you
Yeah.
walk towards him. Yeah. It's okay. Pulls the bolt out. All right. Good. Waste not. Right. Just
Ugh.
wipes the blood off. Puts it back in. I'll grab that other one for you too. But yes. So that is it's the echoing crossbow.
Does it have charges, or is it just whenever I hit?
I'll put the magic item you guys will get next
okay,
week. on
sorry.
that.
I put it
That's okay.
in notes under other, so you can remember.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah. I'll say at the end, gang, when we end this session, we'll say just make sure you message me what the item is or what the name of it is. Cool.
Because I'll forget.
And then lastly, looking at Kaelinor, and now
Magic item?
cool. Looking over the magic items. Roll me a d10, please.
You got it. That's a 5.
Okay. Cool. So for this is actually relatively pretty simple. Looking at you see a ring that has this weird, like kind of oblong but extremely smooth stone on it. It's I'd say about like the stone itself is about twice the size of the ring. So like first look, it's like, oh, this looks a little gaudy because it's so big. But it's kind of like like it would extend down to your finger wearing it. Yes, the resonating ring. Very useful for anyone who's sneaking about. Not that you sneak, I'm just, someone has to, so you just put it on. I'll show you how that works.
Great. Puts it on.
You put it on and he stomps on the ground and you immediately like cup your ears because it's so loud. Just like a as you like, oh, sorry, I should have started with a small. Are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now, go ahead and turn that stone the other way. There's a little device that you can just kind of turn and click, 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 click.
Okay.
You turn it, and everyone around hears the same sound happen back to them at that level. So there's a. It's like, oh, that's right. Okay, that was dumb of me. I'm so sorry, everybody. Yeah. Except like feeling his ear. Is that blood? Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So you get the idea. It helps you on being able to hear things far away, and then also you can take that what you hear and then save it and kind of like pocket it, so to speak, and then allow that sound to be played back.
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. I hope you put it to good use to ending your old crew.
I will try my best. Yeah, thanks.
Sorry, it's called the Resonating Ring. Which, I just named these for myself, but, if anyone ever asks, in case I ever decide to sell these things, and I don't make just bells, even though I'm called the Bell Maker.
You want to expand more?
Just, every once in a while, a bell is a very specific shape, and sometimes, all you see is bells. I love bells, but,
So you'd like us to put Carvis in front of all the names of the items?
No,
Carvis's
no.
resonating ring. Resonating ring of no.
Oh, you know what you could do? Because Ogre has muffins, and muffins is a little, not squishy, but Ogre would like him to be a little more protective in fights. If you could make muffins like an
Looks at the
armor
rest
to
of the
go-
group as you're saying muffins. It's like, sure, yep. You see muffins guys. Oh shit, okay, that thing should not be you also notice
can
that
stop there.
muffins muffins is also like weirdly incorporeal more than he usually is here. Okay, you should probably dismiss him because I don't know how that spell works after I have a glyph specifically around this whole place. I don't want you to hurt your muffins.
Okay.
So I get it. Okay, muffins are not muffins. It's. Did that hit that thing? Didn't? Yeah, no, definitely didn't have a face, right?
It's
There's
Ogre's
no
Pegasus.
face.
Pegasus.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If
Yeah.
you can make armor to fit muffins, you could put your name on it, and people will know that you do other things than bells.
Barding armor. I love it. Well, I can definitely try to work on that, depending on how long you're going to be here. Also, I'll need to see muffins outside of here, as that glyph is essentially almost pretty permanent. Yeah, I can definitely work on that. Also, you all have you have a boat, right? So there's a small. Is it like a rowboat? Or?
A medium-sized kind of boat.
It's got some sails on it.
It floats.
An anchor.
Couldn't get to the bridge.
It has. Oh, okay. So you have a ship.
Well, technically, ship is more something that would sail in the ocean, and yes, we have a ship.
Does it fit? Is it stuck? Are you stuck?
It's not getting through that bridge, that's for sure.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, that's a pickle for sure.
But we
that's the
did
fun
fly it for a little while, so there was that.
You see him run up to you, grabs you by the collar. Tell me how you did it. Tell me how you did it. I'll give you all the guns that you want. Just tell me how you did it.
We fell, and we didn't fall fast. We fell slower. There were a lot of there was a spider involved, and of course wind and
Water.
I didn't see all of it, but we did. It was off the water. You know the waterfall? There was a waterfall.
So you didn't fly, you just fell.
Well, we didn't crash when we fell off a waterfall, so that's. I mean, I suppose you might say we glided a ship.
You glided. Okay, great. Okay, awesome. Kara, can you hand me that crossbow? Just for a second. I just need to see that. Is he like, Kara, you're like, yeah, you keep full percent. Thank you. Okay. I'm sorry. I just, that's a personal project of mine. No, you cannot. Thank you. I'm sorry. As a personal project of mine, apologies.
My apologies for getting your hopes up.
If you do happen to make your ship fly,
or if I see any ship fly, you'll be the first to know.
Great. Great. Even accidentally, especially accidentally, being the first inventor of a flying ship would be very cool. Anyways, so we'll have to figure that out. Maybe possibly just changing the molecular structure of the bridge for a time. Or making your ship smaller. But that's a lot for... I think finding a way to remove or change the bridge. And you see him kind of, he's like now walking a full circle. Okay, all right. Well, we have time. We have time to think about. But you'll be looks at everyone. I assume you get at this time because I get this a lot, where normal townsfolk wonder why there's a bell maker in town, or just someone who just makes bells. Now, granted, for ships, it's very useful on being able to, being able to kind of make your presence known in certain areas, and that's all well and good. But I hope you get the idea of my bells do more than that. Right? You get that? Cool. All right. Just making sure.
Are
Is
we getting a bell
Every
for
one of
our
your
ship?
bells?
Well, not every one of them. Sure, yeah, not every one of them. But yes, of course, we're going to make you a bell. Question would be, for your ship, what is the most important thing to protect you, and how to protect you? And as he thinks about that, and I want you all to think about that as well, we're going to take our 10-minute break. So we'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Okay. So at this time, a couple other things happen, and you guys can kind of decide who gets what. But above board, what is the thing that you what is something that you would like your bell for your ship to be able to have or do?
And to just understand it, is this like an effect, or is this?
Yeah, it would be an effect. And like essentially you are trying to explain to an artificer, this is what we would like from our ship. So there's that sort of language of like, okay, cool, I can know what you want and see what I can do.
I mean, I think Riaris would want something that would prevent us from being tracked or scried upon or something like that. I don't know if he would
That's a
know
good
all
one.
those terminologies, but a way to not be tracked.
Yeah.
Carr would, along similar lines. I mean, hiding the ship, but is it possible to hide the ship visually as well?
Okay. I would say it would probably hiding a ship visually is significantly
Oh, I
a
understand.
harder feat than,
Yeah.
but I would say like maybe a limited. So I would say, and this is basically like you're deciding on one thing.
Well, yeah.
But
What
like
about
obviously
along-
shout out ideas, you know.
What about along the lines of the pass without a trace, the warding thing that Riaris is saying? Something along the lines of these are not the droids you're looking for enchantment.
Yeah, cool. So full on like pass without trace for
But yeah,
everyone
like
on the
but
ship.
even if someone sees the ship, they're like, no, that's not it. That
Yeah.
kind of, you know.
I think to keep it from game breaking, I would say it's something that would have to be activated. So it
Sure,
would be
well,
like
just
limited.
throwing out ideas
Yeah.
like, you know, here.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, what did Percy's ship have on it? It's difficult to see.
You also had something on your ship, by the way, that you guys never really knew about.
Well, right now, honestly, I'm thinking about Heschel, and I want to be able to carry the ship with us. But
Ooh, that's good. I like that.
Compact,
Man,
put
I
it in
want
our
one of
Folding
those.
pockets.
ship is an item, but yeah.
Interesting.
That's what came to Jack's mind. But Carr's like, hide it.
Okay, cool. So that's what they're running.
But
I guess
do
I should
like
be writing this
no-
down.
That's what a Dean wants. So
I do like the no scrying on it. Like people can't scry, and that's why we're on the ship.
I mean, yeah, I like that. But I mean, personally, yeah, I also really like the idea of being able to take your ship with you. And it does solve our bridge issue.
It 100% does.
yes, it does.
It does, but at the same time, I mean, what's the likelihood of traveling back up this river and being in this situation again if we get to open seas or whatever? It might matter
Yeah,
a
but
little
what if
less.
we
Right,
have
but there's
to
also
go
like
to
It's
if
still
we,
also
island?
sweet.
yeah,
I mean, it's still
Yeah.
also awesome
Travel
bringing the ship with
split,
you. I mean,
Yeah, but we're in another island, and for some reason has no rivers, and we have to walk all the way. We don't have. We have the fold-in ship. We can
Sure.
just go to the closest beach instead of backtracking all the way back.
Sure, no, fair enough.
So we got folding ship, not being able to be, essentially not being able to be tracked by any magical means. And then we have essentially a pass without trace sort of thing. I will, to kind of add my 2 cents into this as something that could be useful for you all, and I will probably hate that I mentioned this, but it is something that you actually had, that the Silver Brine actually had. The Bow Maiden? Yeah. The Bow Maiden actually had a essentially a detect undead. So that's another possibility if you guys wanted to have something that would ring when there is a presence of a specific type of creature.
What about if it rang when it was a ship coming toward us with ill intent?
Detect good and
It's-
evil or something like.
It's
weird
a
like
little,
that.
yeah, I would say it's a little broad, because detect good and evil even is like it's based on races, I believe, or like a
Creature types,
monster
yeah.
type, yeah, creature type.
Yeah.
No, Zed would want it to be like you ring it to talk with animals or something.
I feel like this ship.
One thing you could do is something like along the lines of like the idea of like it would ring if there was a ship approaching with someone on it who has killed someone in the past 24 hours, as like an example.
Zed would want it. Release the Kraken!
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
Yeah, originally I was thinking about something that like released a sort of that created a mist around to hide the ship, but
Yeah.
when you create a mist, you also kind of say, "Hey, there's a hidden ship in this mist that just got created suddenly."
Don't look at this mist.
and you can't see out of it. So it's not quite as
Just
good as
follow
like
the mist
Pass Without a
cloud.
Trace or something like that. Like
Right. But we'll say, I mean, stylistically, that's probably what it would look like. It would all of a sudden just become
Yeah.
mystified. Yeah.
I do like the idea of that, just like kind of starting to sort of seep out of the bell and then all around the ship and stuff. And yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
This is gonna be really out there, and I probably guess you won't give it to us. Like, if we ring it and the ship will go down like a submarine for like 5 minutes so we can hide. Like a bubble rises over the ship for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes so we can hide. Then I'll pop back up.
I like that a lot.
I'll say it's a really cool idea.
I like that a
mean,
lot. A ship that can be submerged for 10 minutes. Okay. Let's get one more and then we'll kind of decide.
I know that Zed is not here, but before we get to the point of deciding, is it possible to take these ideas, say that he gives us something, and then you talk to Zed since it's his ship?
There's a yeah, what we can do. So here's what I'll tell you what he's going to do. Whatever you tell him to do, he's going to say it's going to take me 24 hours to get it done. So that means you have 24 hours on the island. So we could also just say that if you'd like. Yeah, let's do that. That's fair.
So that way Zed can
That way Drew can have a say in it. And,
It's his
yeah,
ship.
we
Yeah,
put 'em
I
up.
like that. Cool, we can do that.
That's too
So
weird.
also, so what I would like from you all is one second.
Sarah, you're muted.
I'm guessing we can only use the bell once a day.
Depends on what it is.
Okay.
So you'd have to like make it sure that it's not game breaking, but
You ask for one more. The only other thing I would think of would be like the nuclear option. Like you can ring it towards something and it casts fireball towards a near ship. You could
And it
destroy
blows the
yourselves
ship
as
up.
well, but it's also just like
Self-explode.
here's our cannon. Like
just
whatever.
say like if you can hit this bell from here, it will blow up the ship.
Right. Yeah.
Which could work in against you as well. Cool. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a fun little common magic item game on this, as you're also going to be getting a list of common magical some common magical items. So we're gonna simplify this and allow everybody to be able to kind of roll for this. So we started with Kaelinor. We ended with Kaelinor. We're gonna start with Kaelinor and come back up.
We're in so much trouble. When the DM starts handing you magical
I
items,
know.
we are in so much
Yeah,
trouble.
For free.
What are
for
you
nothing.
talking
Like,
about?
Dude, look at my warehouse. Take whatever you want.
I
Terrible.
feel very unsafe.
I have
like it.
grenades. Yeah, I just made grenades for you guys here. All right.
Take
Yeah.
it.
Totally,
Just
totally.
With the
take
possibility of
it.
civilians
It's a bunch of
that could be
health
hurt.
packs.
There's 20 plus people here.
Why is there a bonfire before this door? Okay. Cool. So, Nav, roll that D10 for me.
Got it. Another 5.
Cool. You get, and this is going to you, but we could also say if it makes more sense to have it have someone else have it or like trade or whatever. These are just things that you're going to get. You get a ring of feather falling.
Nice.
Jack,
What am I rolling again, sir?
D10.
D10. 6.
6, you get it. You get a, oh God. At least this is not going to Zed. You get a scroll of fireball.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Well, you did want something to be able to, help team out.
That's a
Make
little
sure he
scary.
doesn't
Yeah,
get
there you
copycat
go.
from you.
Mm-hmm.
How do bards learn spells again once I'm at the appropriate level? Can I learn
For a scroll, as long as you can and I have to check in the spaceship. I'm 99% certain. As long as you can cast spells, you can read from a scroll.
Right, but,
but
like,
there's-
I don't know how bards learn. Like, can I learn fireball
No.
permanently later?
It's
That's
not a
the
bard
difference.
spell anyway.
That's a
Yeah.
wizard
Okay,
thing, but
I
you
wasn't
can
sure.
read from it, and it's
Got
an expended. Like you use it once and then it's
Sure, I
expended.
just wanted. I
Yeah.
didn't know. So okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yep.
That's scary. Okay.
Yeah. Sarah. Excuse me. We'll do this in character. Ogra. Someone in
Ogra's
character.
going to pick 8.
8. You got it. Oh man, that's funny. Ogre, you're not wearing any shoes, right?
Nope.
Well,
You are
I
now.
think Carvis recognizes that and just goes, I didn't know if this was a choice or whatever, but anyway, so here you go, and gives you boots of elven kind.
Ooh. Oh. Boots, shoes never really fit Ogra, and she's gonna try them on, but, like put her little toes in to see if they'll fit.
I think in that moment they full on don't fit, and he like, oh, okay, all right, well, I can cut the toes off now, and it could be like more like sandals
gonna
for
keep-
you. Or...
Ogra would like to keep her toes.
Nope, sorry. You're right. I can open the shoes so that your toes can stick out, or if you give me 24 hours, I could probably just make find a way to be able to make them a little bigger for you.
If you could cut it so the toes could fit out, because Ogra likes feeling the mud and everything. will
Sure,
the
I could do that right
magic
now.
still
I
work?
love that.
I could do that right now. Also, oh wait, I'm sorry. You do have to take them off. Sorry, because it like just cuts it open. There you go. Nice sandals of elven kind.
Hell yeah.
Riaris.
I got a 1.
Cool. A 1, something that is incredibly useful. A bag of holding.
Oh, nice.
I,
Uh,
I'm trying to think if I would know what that is, like bag of holding.
Yeah,
Maybe
he
I
just
would.
hands you a
I kind
bag
of
of-
like, I'm
there
like,
you go.
man, what? All right,
What's in the bag?
I'm like,
You wear
the
it.
bag?
You
Okay.
open the bag. Yeah, you see. There's
Yeah.
nothing in the bag. Yeah.
the utilitarian part of me is like, could always need another bag, I guess. It's in good
Just
condition.
I'm just glad I'm here. Thank you.
Okay.
Cool. And Yoon.
All right. That's an 8.
I roll again.
All right. That's right. Somebody rolled 8. But there's another 8. Hold on. I'll get it.
Sweet.
Here.
Sweet, sweet, sweet.
That's a 10. All right.
There we go.
All right. That's exactly what I wanted you to get to. You get a wand of detect magic.
Ooh.
Nice.
What did Riars get? Sorry, I was trying to get the
Bag of
thing on,
holding.
like. Oh yeah,
Bag of holding, yeah.
that's still pretty good.
It's very useful. It's just not specific character useful. But it's gonna save your butts. Promise that. Cool. So the other thing is that I don't think Ogra notices this, but it's for the rest of the party. You guys can kind of choose if you want if you RP'd this or not. Ogra is noticeable right now, and Kaelinor, you know this for sure. As you are receiving these magic items, do you you notice that like these seem to be able to do a lot of useful things? Is there something of concealment here? But you'd have to make that known.
Oh, for sure. She mentions it. She's like, so Carvis, you got
Yes.
anything that would I don't know, maybe disguise someone, change hair color, just, change anything?
Oh, sure. Yes. Let's see. There's I actually, excuse me. I didn't make this myself. I actually found it in my travels a long time ago. And hands you a wooden mask.
Great. Nothing smaller. Okay, that's fine.
It's not just a. I understand you're trying to conceal yourself. Put it on.
Okay, I'll put it on.
Cool. You put it on, and as far as you know, you're just wearing a wooden mask. But for the rest of you, you see Kaelinor full on looks like a. I think truly just kind of like becomes like a lizard folk. Like just full on just like a blue lizard folk.
I feel like I look stupid. I'm wearing a wooden mask.
No.
You look extremely intimidating right now.
Is that
Blue is actually your color.
You look different.
Different? I'm just... Okay.
I don't know if
I
you...
take it off.
Is that the
I
ugly
put it back.
shape it takes?
Yeah,
Put it back
put it on someone else.
Ogre! Put this on.
What?
Scene from the mask.
Yep. Yeah. Full on scene from mask happens all of a sudden. Yeah. Ogre. At this point, you kind of get the idea of how it works. What does Ogre look like?
I think Ogre wasn't really putting much thought, so she'll probably look like the Kaelinor,
Cool. I love it. I love that.
Looks like it.
but a taller version of her.
Yeah, a taller version of Kaelinor. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yes. That's.
Oh,
Great. This is fine. This
Yes,
is
you
absolutely fine.
got a mask that makes you look like a taller version of yourself.
Perfect.
Amazing.
So that should work. Just you can wear that about town or whomever. I only have one of those, but it is a true mask of many faces.
Ogre's gonna take it off and give it back to Kaelinor.
No, you keep this. You
But it's
keep
your-
this.
Ogre
No,
got the
no,
boots
no.
and the circle. Ogre, and she has the call like in case of emergency stick. Ogre feels like she's getting too much.
No, this is absolutely fine. Please keep this one.
Ogre will hold on to it in case anyone
No.
else needs it.
No, you wear it, and you have
Why
the
would
time
Ogre
of your
need to
life.
wear it?
Just in case.
I'm-
You never know.
Can I
Kaelinor
make,
is sweating.
Yeah.
an Arcana
yes,
check
you were saying.
or,
Mhm.
Yeah. Absolutely. Go for it.
to see if I can figure out how this actually works.
I think it's like shoving it back in your hand.
That's a
like,
dirty 20.
With a dirty 20. It works as it seems like it does. It changes you into looking like whatever you would like. The one thing I will say is it does not change your clothes.
Right, but I think she thinks it just turns you into these either one or two things. Specifically.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you determine it. It's the user's choice. Why Kaelinor was thinking about a blue lizard, who knows?
So, here, I'm thinking about that gnome with the bell. Okay, and okay, can you hand me the mask and let me. So, and then I guess if it doesn't change clothes, I'm wearing oversized clothes for.
Well, I'm sorry. I apologize.
It doesn't grow and shrink you that much. It's like a
Correct.
foot or something. It can do.
Yeah, so you
possibly,
look like an
yeah.
extremely tall gnome.
Yeah. See, it's based on what you want, what you're thinking of at the time. Do you know a giant blue lizard creature?
No. Well,
Stray thoughts. Well,
yeah,
feel
kind
free-
of.
know their
I think
taste.
it will do the job.
You know, at least I know it's not one of their exes because they would never think about that, right? We're in the clear that it's someone totally random and a good measure.
There's someone.
If there's-
Okay.
There's also like a moment I think, Kaylor, that you recognize, like, when I was a kid, I did see my first blue chameleon, and it was an amazing thing because I was able to hide. It was able to hide in any sort of point of vegetation, but it was blue when I saw it. And like you think about it, it's like, oh, is that what I'm saying right now? I don't want to be here.
That stream of consciousness is definitely coming out. She's like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Chameleons are so cool. Just like. Anyway, fuck.
5 minutes go by, everybody's just staring at Kaylor.
Just wear the mask if we run into people like from my ex job.
Hmm,
Might be useful to have a disguise.
okay, but then you get the stick. Ogre doesn't feel good having so many magic. Like, everyone should have the same amount. Ogre doesn't want to, like, take everyone's stuff. She was
Well,
told
above
that's
board, above board,
I know.
Kaylor is the only one that actually had the extra item, so then you would have the extra item.
bad. Mm,
But yeah, giving the stick then means Kaelinor would have an extra item again. Yes, I get what you're saying.
okay,
Okay.
I'll take
Well,
the
I
mask.
have a lot of things to do, and rather quickly. So, please.
Could-
why
Could you
would
recommend
they?
a lodging or a place to go tonight or to be here?
Well, you could. Oh, actually, above board. Your DM's dumb. Also, in thoughts about trying to find these other pieces, there is a shop in town that is essentially like a very good cartographer lives there. All right, so don't laugh, because this shop has been around for a while, for a long time. But it's Booty Bay Cartography. Good, yeah, none of you laughed. Great. Booty Bay Cartography.
Hmm.
Good.
Riaris does
feel
not
like-
get it.
I feel like no one's talking because you're holding something in. Again, it's just you could Booty Bay Cartography. That's
It's great. It's a great
Okay.
name. It's, you know, who
I
works
for the
there?
record,
Who
I
are we
didn't
looking
name
for?
it. It's
Oh,
just you want to go to Booty Bay Cartography. There's only one person working there at Booty Bay Cartography.
okay.
But yeah, you could you can talk to her. She's incredibly useful at finding things. So that would be useful. And then I'm sorry to answer your question. The best place to probably go for where the heck is it? I have it somewhere. It's called the Rooken Crown.
I think that's where
So-
Sylvia said she was going.
Mm-hmm. It's a tavern, and then there's an inn above. I would house you here, but truly, it's going to be noise all night.
It seems like there's a lot of item testing here, and I'm not sure if that's
Yeah, it's extremely
Yaris might-
dangerous.
yeah.
Well, yeah. We've imposed enough on you anyway. I think you've been very gracious, and
Of course. Well, we'll see you here same time tomorrow.
Should tomorrow or afterwards, could you measure Muffins about that armor if you could?
Well, I'd have to go outside with you to do so.
Ogre can give you money?
Well, that's not necessary. I would say
People
it's
like
going
money, and you get things for money.
to. People do like money. That is true. But I will tell you, it would take me more than 24 hours to get that done.
Okay.
So I could do it, but maybe when you come back after taking out, the stronghold, would be, and everybody that is Merlin Loke is not on the island or on this plane anymore. Be good. Except for you, of course, because you quit.
Yeah, there's some strong feelings there. It's yeah, okay, yeah.
Quitter.
It's-
is the best.
Quit it, yeah.
Also,
As long as I'm
Important to
not.
have
Quitter.
a quitter on the team.
Well,
She
you
Tell me
can
acquitted.
mark it on the
they'll stick
map.
it through.
You can finish it off with as many grenades as you can fly over in that direction, just in case.
Yes, I mean, if you, I'll be honest, if you do fail in the attempt, that will probably be what happens.
You never know.
Fly over
It's
much
hard to
grenades.
know if you've eliminated
gonna, like,
every last
wait a
trace
day
of
or two,
life
right?
in an area.
Right, sure.
You're not gonna we're not back in a few hours and then you bomb it and we're still there.
No, of course not. And I would try to, maybe I'll just I'd try to cast knock in a random area and hope that, wherever your family is, that they're able to get out. They're probably at the bottom, right? So they're probably going to have time to get out. Anyways, that's not going to happen.
We're gonna hurry, Ogre. We're gonna hurry over there and we're gonna get your family. Cool.
A final question before we leave you to it. We head out. We've been through. I'm not native to these lands, and our
Very apparent, just for the record, very apparent.
Been trying, I guess. Not enough. Anyway.
You don't need to say that. Just so you I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm just letting you know.
Fair enough.
Everything
Fair,
about you.
People have. Is there anybody we should be afraid of? Not afraid of, but cautious around? This seems to be a nice village. We came in here. Everybody seemed to be very warm and friendly. But anything we should be careful of while we're here?
Well, don't get on Haley's bad side. She's very well loved in the community. Also, from what I hear, there's a merfolk or a triton or a sea elf. Apologies, I don't know for sure. I never met her. That also seems to be. Don't get on her bad side.
She was actually quite nice.
Clam.
Oh, okay.
Clem?
Yeah, Clem. Yeah. Okay, great. That's okay. Yeah. Well, then my information could be wrong. But yeah, no. I mean, like you said, it is a very nice town, and we would like it to stay that way.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to look at you. I apologize. I did not mean to look in. I was looking in that direction. You're next to the window, and
I'm just gonna go
that's.
stand by the door. I'm just gonna. go in there.
I'm sorry
No,
as you're walking
it's
by.
okay.
I'm sorry. I just. Okay. Looks at the rest of you. I truly didn't mean to. I
It's you and Silvio get along.
Oh, okay, great. Good. I've seen her in my dreams. It's very awkward to see someone you haven't met yet in your dreams. So.
I wouldn't lead with that.
I've seen you in my dreams. Yes. No. I am.
Well, unless you want it to be that way.
No. I appreciate the. I appreciate the kind. I am a widower, and I have no longer seen that as a part of my life I need to worry about. Okay. Well, so I need to
See
get
you
to
tomorrow.
work. Yes, good. Yep. You pull the levers, comes down. As it comes down to the first floor, you see kind of sitting or standing kind of in the hallway is Yef. Okay. Hi. Just so I was just very interested in where how everything went. Is that my father's pistol you have?
Yes. Well, he made it, although he's very generously gifted it to the cause of eliminating the pest problem that we have on the island.
So it's true then. Dad had a vision of you all, and you're here to save someone from something.
That's about as much information as we have as well. We'll
Okay.
learn more.
Can I hold it? Dad never let me hold it.
All right, but let me just make sure it's not loaded, and then yes, you can hold it.
See, I can carry one of these things. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Well, if you need, anything, I'll probably be around town myself. So. Okay.
Lovely meeting you.
Bye. And you guys step out. As you step out, as soon as you go outside, you, I think Yoon specifically gets a message from Sylvia saying, I am no longer at the Rook and Crown. I am at the Driftwood Delights.
Would you like us to meet you there?
Yes.
All right. All right, gang. I guess change of plans. Not going to the Rook and Crown. We're going to the Driftwood Delights. Of course, does anyone know where that is?
No.
We'll ask along the way.
It sounds
We'll
like it's a
ask-
place
we'll
that
ask
has
someone along the
food.
way.
Yeah. Well, is Yef still around us? Could we ask Yef if he is?
Yeah, you push the doors back open. You see Yep still kind of sitting there. You see he's like been like bouncing a ball against the. Oh yeah.
Driftwood Delights?
Oh yeah. Just on your left, about 30 paces, and then walking on about 50 paces should be on your right.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Take care of my dad's stuff. Okay. Bye.
You too. I mean,
Oh.
Kaelinor, since you gave me the mask, and I'm just gonna take out the arcane grenade and hand it to you.
I don't recall him giving us one of those, but I'm so glad that we do have one.
Okay. Right. That's.
I
I
think
think
also
it's better
Ogra
you-
like is just like full palming it and then just dropping it
Yeah.
in your hand.
There
And
you
you
go. Like no.
I think it's
Yeah,
better
yeah,
if you
super-
have
super
it
intense.
and never tell Zed you have it.
Yeah. No. No. Absolutely. Where the fuck am I gonna?
What do you have?
He
Yes.
also has a new bag.
That's sad.
Do you have
Yeah.
a bag?
Yes, I'll be happy to hold on to it.
Yeah, Riar's got a purse.
It's a man purse. Thank you very much. Very fashionable.
It looks great.
It also seems to be very deep. I put this in there and it is gone. So I don't know what that means.
That
But
is-
Okay,
I mean, like I put my whole hand in there and like
uh,
I don't know what just happened here.
Yoon, you definitely get the idea of what this is now, I think, at this point. So I think, I mean, Yoon, if you would like, because you can think about what you want and go and reach in and grab it, I believe.
yeah.
So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let me try. And I think about the grenade and see, it was in there all along. You just then put it back in and look,
Oh, you just like you just think about it, or you do something. Oh, I do the same. I kind of think about it, pull the grenade out. Oh, that's pretty cool.
I've seen these. They're not common where I'm from, but I know some people. I've seen a few of these. I'll tell you about them on the way. No, tell them what a bag of holding is on the way.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Great. And so after a while, you walk into Driftwood Delights. So Driftwood Delights looks to be a very quaint, very peaceful looking, kind of like seaside cafe. One thing that does kind of throw you, thank you. One thing that does kind of throw you off is that it looks like there's a tree kind of in the middle of everything. That looks to be growing. It's like a short tree. You can see the branches kind of pushing off from the side, and you see there is a. Excuse me, one second. You see the bar table itself has a bunch of like different sort of drinks on there, and you can see actually like behind the bar is a long sort of board with various sort of like shelves for like some like oddly shaped loaves of bread. Above board, they look like they're muffins. You do not see anyone behind the bar. Oh, but you do see Sylvia. Yeah, you do. There's a couple other people, but you definitely see Sylvia as you guys walk in. You see. Hi. How'd it go?
We got a bunch of stuff.
Pretty good, yeah.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Why did we come?
There's a thing from towers along different islands. Yoon, why did we come?
3 weeks ago, around then, I think, our friend Carvis found some sort of item and he was having prophetic dreams. He doesn't actually think he's the son of Chase. He told us his father's name, and it wasn't Chase.
Yeah, I didn't. Okay, I guess I thought you guys were joking when you said that. Yeah, no,
I guess it's like, like a
surrogate,
like a cleric might say, "My son" to everybody.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, he seems to think we're here to eliminate the Mirthan Loke on the island. But he also had a thing. Did anyone draw it, or did anyone take a good look at it and show it? I don't know
you do also see there are other people that are kind of like nearby as you're saying this too. So there's a certain point where you're like, maybe not. Okay, all right, but yeah, no, we'll just wait. But there's something.
I have a question. Do the people who are nearby stay nearby when I approach and join them?
That's a good question. I'd say no. So yeah.
Because I was following, I probably got here now because remember I was following a good distance behind everybody.
Right. Yeah. As you go, they kind of there's this sort of like they wait a polite amount of time to look like it wasn't you that they moved away from. But yeah, you see Sylvia kind of clocks and goes, "That's actually kind of useful." Anybody want a drink? By the way,
Reaper just walks in and everybody's like,
"Yeah,
oh god, what is going on?"
And then since they move, I will not cast a paw on this group. I will sit at a table alone, but near them.
Okay. Eventually they get up and they just walk out. It's just you guys in here. That's great. I love that.
Yeah, but I'm not sitting with this group. I come in and that way if anyone's
you're close to this group.
I'm close to this group, but I'm sitting at my own table. That might be the other group. Well,
I thought you were just like
No.
you're like getting closer every time.
No, I
Eventually
just,
leave.
that'd be
Just get
awful.
up there, take their drinks. All right. Jeez.
No. I just trying to not necessarily equate the two groups necessarily everybody, but also hear them. So I'm within. I can have a conversation if I want, but
Love
and I
it.
can hear it.
Cool. Yeah. So because oh, by the way, did you need a anybody need a drink? Drink.
Tea?
Tea? Yeah, okay. Yuka, some tea, please. And looks at the tree behind her. The tree seems to rotate into view as if it's like pulling itself from its twisted sort of form. And you see a face is in the tree, has this like almost like fish head sort of face to it. As you see a long extended hand kind of comes out and kind of goes near the table, and you hear a voice that just goes, "Hello.
You are fantastic.
Thank you. My name is Yuka. I am a Yuka tree. But I'm also a tree ant. How can I assist you?"
May I have some tea, please?
Absolutely. And you see the arms that she's using. There's two others that seem to kind of come out from her back and starts to extend out behind the bar and starts to make tea. Anybody else?
Well, I'll have a tea as well. Thank you, Yuka.
Okay.
I'll
Anybody
have
else?
anything hard except for rum. Anything but rum.
Okay. How about we got a dry gin.
That'll do.
You know, I started this place as a just making oh crap, I forgot the word. Tack, right?
Like hardtack,
Yeah. For
sailors.
yeah, for sailors, yeah, essentially. I started with that, and then people started asking me if I could make different things, and here we are. So I believe this is gin, right? And you see, like, it's a white substance and clear substance. Excuse me, not white, clear.
White? Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't look like rum, so that would be lovely.
Great. Okay, there you go. And like just starts to get your drinks as Yuka, who is a Yuka tree, finishes and like gets everything you need, and then will actually twist back into shape, and then seems to like not be here essentially to like give you your space. This place is pretty cool.
They're very nice.
Yeah.
Is
By
this
the way,
your first time here, Sylvia?
first time here, yeah. Yeah, I yes and no.
We're all entitled to our secrets.
Okay, so let's see. Actually, if you could just, I guess, just draw what you. Never mind. So we got something. So you picked it up, right?
Something like this?
Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay. And you have this, right?
No.
No.
Okay. But we're getting it.
Well, Carvis did think that part of our purpose might be to collect not only this piece, but many others.
I see.
Are there people in the restaurant still at this point? I mean, I guess there's
No.
a tree, but
They're all
Yeah.
gone. Car pretty much ran them out.
I'm gonna roll the dice and trust the tree.
Cool.
And
Fair.
so I'm gonna essentially just tell her about the towers and the kind of the information we got there and stuff like that, and convey most of that.
Cool. Awesome. You see, there's a certain point where there's a look of realization over her face. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Though I don't
Looks
know what
over
that
it.
has to do with Jan Mamori. Seems like perhaps this is just a step on that.
And you said he didn't seem to know anything about Yamamori?
Or any sea witch, or he said he saw a great beast in one of his dreams, but nothing about Jan Mamori.
Okay. Speaking of great beast coming out in dreams, Kaelinor, that's a pretty ring.
Thanks.
They gave you all things, I'm assuming?
Oh, we got a lot of stuff.
And he gave them to you, right?
Hmm.
As soon as he heard that there were Merlin Loke on the island, he was he armed us to the teeth.
Yep, he was like, not on my island.
Okay, all right. Well, that makes sense. I kind of got that vibe from Rooks as well. No one seems to know that they're close by. Okay. Well, I mean, we can go there if you want. I truly just got bored there, and I kept getting hit on by this one axolotl.
That's the one I asked you. What's their deal?
I don't know. He just kept trying to talk to me about his god, and but in a way that it was
Mm,
a
little
way
creepy.
in sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just booked it out. But now, I mean, now that we're all together, and obviously we have a car who can clear the place out. So
well, that's a little
sorry,
mean.
was that not, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm saying it's useful.
It's accurate too.
Did he say anything else as far as places we should? So we're waiting until
Oh,
we get this bell.
he said a bunch of islands that may have 2 of these things that are in towers with the pink stone that we should probably go to and get them. And Ogra was thinking, what if Merlin Loke took the one Ogra was already in? It may not be
Wha-
there anymore.
So above board, I can see how you got there on that. There's a good chance that they're all missing.
Mm.
Right, so they weren't there at the tower originally. When you got there, you didn't see anything there, and then the Merlin Loke showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a possibility above board that maybe they have 1 or 2 or whatever. Kaelinor, above board, you have no idea. You didn't even know these things existed, essentially. Okay, all right. Well, how do we find the others? Is there a
I think we asked the Merlin Loke.
okay?
Maybe
He also
not.
mentioned
How
the
do we?
friends.
Let's not ask.
No, she looked right at Kalinor's. How do we find the others?
I don't know.
Mm.
Okay, so
I may be able to help.
Okay, Car?
Why don't I ask the Aarakocra that are in the area? They may have flown overhead.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I'll see
Also,
if
is there above board? There's also the
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Carver's house told us to go to the Booty Bay.
I'm sorry,
They would help
what?
us out.
What did you say?
A Booty Bay Cartographer, LLC, I think it was. Um, he said, good map maker might be able to help us out.
Okay, so you want to go to a strip
Booty
joint
Bay.
on an island?
Strip joint. Well, I think they make maps. I mean, maybe they have to
Booty Bay. Okay. All right. Yeah. I guess. I mean, if
She could moonlight.
I listen, don't even go there. Honestly, it's you see you're like a okay. So assuming this Booty Bay is an actual what cartography shop, like a map making shop.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, we can go there. Also, I mean, I guess we have 20.
Uh-oh. Froze.
I think
Okay, I thought it was just me.
Joe froze.
Me
Yeah,
too.
Music froze too, so that
I'm sure he'll be back.
He'll find out in a minute. Or he's just gonna keep talking.
Well, we probably all froze for him, or his computer went dead. So he should figure it out pretty quickly.
So now we gotta plan an assault on.
Yeah, a fortress of some level.
Mm,
There he goes. That's a good sign.
plan. We don't need to plan.
No.
I thought you were going to say DM.
We'll just throw grenades.
But we'll let him know how this transpires when it's done.
Yeah.
We just speed run.
Yeah, we just
so
took out
we
the big
solved it.
bad. We're
We
good.
solved it.
We
It's
did it
fine.
all.
Mhm.
We turn the Merlin Log against the Sea Witch, and they kill each
Mhm.
other, and everything's peaceful. It's wonderful.
hmm
Also on the way, we defeated Tao. Just
Yes,
so you know.
please.
It was like a quick little
Please do
stop,
that.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Please do that. Yeah, Adema is not a fan of tall.
Mhm.
And we found Rioris's god.
Yep,
People, everyone's
People.
safe.
spirits.
Okay, back. Sorry about that. What'd I miss?
Nothing happened.
Well, we did so many things.
It's been a good campaign,
Yeah.
guys. We
Speedrun.
did it
Yeah.
all.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
We won.
You did it all.
GG's.
Yeah.
Man,
Yep.
so
we
good.
won the
gang.
game.
What do you think
Good
of
job. I knew you guys could do it.
List in order, Merlin, Loken, and
We
Sea Witch.
did.
They killed each other. We're good. We defeated Tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the way.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
it was
you
quick
guys didn't
stop.
even
It
know
was just-
Tall existed over here. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
Just bumped into
Stumbled
him.
across
Yeah.
him. We killed him.
Just bumped into him.
He was on vacation, and we just thought,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Incredible.
we just help out a bit. Go back. I'm sorry.
No, totally fine. Incredible. So what do you guys want to do?
Right after I said the Eric Okra, you were about to suggest something before Booty Bay came up. What were you going to suggest?
Sorry, it was Booty Bay. It was
okay.
the idea of like,
Okay.
yeah, there's and only because Carvis said that would be a good place to check out
Okay.
as someone who is good at finding things.
What time is it?
That's a good question. I think you guys got in like the beginning of the day, right? So I'd say with the idea of like it's about probably maybe 3:00.
Hmm.
It's not a terrible amount of time has passed.
But yeah, let's head to the Booty
I
Bay,
think-
and then maybe we'll probably want to get like rooms.
Yeah.
Staying
We
the
could sleep
night.
back on the ship too. It's not that far away.
It's true. It's only like I would say I think it's only maybe like a half hour away from where you're at right now, even. So yeah.
Or
Or
we could get
sleep in
rooms at
beds.
the Rook Bar.
Mhm.
Yeah. The Rook. Yeah, I'd say the Rook
Crown.
and Rook and Crown. Yeah. Cool. Well, where do you guys want to go first?
Booty Bay makes the most sense at the
Yep.
time, and
I
before
just
we're
wanted,
going to go to.
wanted you to say it
yeah.
again.
Mhm.
Uh,
So far, one of my favorite things you've named.
I gotta admit, ChatGPT made that, and usually I change the names in a way of like well, this gives me the idea and like having to move through that. But it said Booty Bay Cartography, and I was like, yes, that's exactly what it is. I know this crew. That's exactly what it is. So cool. You guys head down closer to the water as is kind of further in from the or further. Jeez, what am I trying to say? Further to the water. But eventually you guys come across a small hut that just says, nope, just says Booty Bay Cartography LLC underneath it. And as you guys walk in, give me a perception check first as you walk in.
Nat
22.
1.
Incredible. That's so good for you. That's so good.
7.
Oh my gosh. 7.
22.
22.
0.
0. Great.
Mhm.
Great, gang. This is a very low DC for most of what's in here, too. That's incredible. Cool. So for those that didn't roll a nat 1, I think someone roll a 7?
I got a 7. Yeah.
7. Cool. With a 7, you see a bunch of maps on the wall. On like the walls and everything around, you see a bunch of scrolls and things like that, and a lot of things of like, I'm not going to know where any of this is at all. So you notice a like spyglass on the shelf, and you just immediately become enamored with that. For those that rolled a nat 1 and a 0, I think you see the LLC on the sign, and there's just a moment where you're just like, how did Riaris know it was an LLC? Also, what's an LLC? As you open the door, for those,
It's
I
an
think it's,
ASMR thing.
yeah, it must be an ASMR thing. As a 22 and a 16, you see a full like just smorgasbord of different like tools of the trade, cartography tools, compasses, like sundials, things like that. And you notice there's also like various sort of bottles of colored liquids when you get closer to the counter. But the noticeable thing is when you're looking at the person or the figure at the counter, you notice it is an Aarakocra. Also, when you walk in here, it's very hot outside. It's tropical weather. It's even hotter in here. As you walk in and you see this figure looking down at a page, looking down at a map and like marking notes, and doesn't look up. As you hear a voice go, "Hello, and welcome to Booty Bay Cartography. How can I help you?"
Hi. We're interested in maybe some maps.
Pushes over, actually like kind of like leaps over the bar and goes right up to Carr. Carr, you see this figure grabs your hands in her hands. Also, Carr, for your perspective, this is definitely a female. And like looks at you and goes, "Okay, who is it?"
I was hoping it was the person I knew. So I do not know this Aarakocra.
You do not know this Aarakocra.
Okay. I was thinking it was the one Aarakocra. Okay. I remove one of my hands from hers and put it on top of hers and say, "That's not why I'm here. Your loved ones are currently all safe."
God damn it. Okay. All right. Thank you. Ruined my day. What can I do for you?
Did you want one of them to be?
What? It's not a. What can I do for you?
I nodded her and I moved the back near the door and let them talk.
Okay. You see occasionally she like kind of like looks past whoever's talking and just like kind of like looks in Car's direction.
And when she does that, even once, I will just nod and I will walk outside.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. She's.
I'm used to it, but
I
they're not gonna get very
didn't-
far.
I wasn't trying to tell him to wait outside. It's just disappointing. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we've all got families. Sometimes you wish
Oh
they were
man.
dead.
Roll me an insight check with advantage, Yoon, as you say we've all got families.
Well, it's a 7.
Cool.
My insight is terrible.
I'm gonna say the DC's 5 here because she looks at you and everything in the room gets hotter. As she looks at you and you see like a flash of red in her eyes, and she goes, "What's that? What's that supposed to mean?"
I am. Don't we all have? I mean, families is a thing. Unless you were
Oh,
immaculately
do
conceived.
we all have family?
Some of them, sometimes they're dead.
What can I help you with?
Are you Miss Booty?
We almost got out of it. Almost.
Sound
Not
question.
even said.
Yeah, did Zed say that? Who said that? She
Ogre steps out of the room with Car.
also steps out of the room. Yeah, yes. It was named that before I took it over. I was told that I needed to leave it there, as much as I would love to have it say anything else. You could call me Nala. Now, what the hell do you want?
Yoon is gonna tap on Riar's shoulder because he's just sort of wiping his.
Yes, we were sent by Carvis. We just met him. We are looking for some things on this island and some of the other islands, and he said you might be able to help us out.
If you could show me something that reminds you of the item, place it in front of me and stand back. This usually takes some time.
Look towards Ogra. Drawings of the tower or of the items, or you got anything that
She
could
just
help?
hands you the notebook. She's not going in that awkward mess.
Well, you're outside.
Yeah,
I would
you'll
probably.
just see this get thrown into your face.
I was
through the
just,
wall.
Just thrown into the
one
hut.
second.
Yeah.
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 So, you know,
Please
Got a
don't
point.
throw
Yeah.
things in my store. What?
this one right here, this item right here. I think there's a drawing of the item. Did someone make a drawing of it?
Where did you get this?
Something that we've come across. I'm trying to find out more about it.
So you have one of these?
I didn't say that. No, we don't have one of these. Do you? Do you know about these? Would you?
Sorry, I can't help you.
Can you help Carvis?
I can't help you because I don't that my magic doesn't work for wherever these things are.
Why?
Wouldn't
I don't know. I assume of its intense magical power or something that it might have around it that's shielding it. It could be a million different things.
Can Ogre hear this from outside?
Yeah, I think you hear like something outside and you just kind of like peek your head in.
If Ogre can describe the pink stone that these are probably around, could you find it?
Talking about the towers? No, I know. Yeah. I've looked.
Or the symbols?
Why do you want this?
The island told us to?
Looks past, well, I guess Ogre, you're way in the back, but like looks past Riaris and looks at Kaelinor. Oh. Yeah, sorry, I can't help you.
Who's asked before? You recognized it immediately. So we're not the only ones who've come asking for it.
Either you are who I think you are, or you're not, and you're ones that shouldn't be messing in things you don't understand.
Can you help us understand? Because we're probably going to do this one way or the other. So,
You're looking for artifacts from a different age that relies on a different set of rules. They could be miles and miles away from here. They could be protected by some sort of glyph. They could be protected by an army of constructs. They could be protected that as soon as you touch them, your closest loved one will immediately pass away. These are things that I've seen happen before.
Where did you see one?
You know what I think you are. Looking at Kaelinor.
Oh, for Pete's fucking sake. Pulls out the fucking scroll. It's like, really? Do I just need to wear a badge around here that says I quit? Because I mean,
No.
I can. No, can we just... Okay, cool. Not with them. Moved on.
Just
Now will you...
choose to fail a circle of truth.
Fine. Fuck you. Fine. Fuck you.
You see.
She's pissed. She's like raging. Like she's swearing.
Yeah.
to understand, you'll help us if she does this? Is this what, or are you just,
Being a dick.
this is just for nothing?
I will tell you everything I know.
You good with this, Kay?
I don't really... Fuck, let's just get it over and done with.
She has been
I'll
nothing
fi-
but honest with us.
That's okay.
I'll fail it with you.
Oh, thanks.
Then we'll
You know-
we. Besides, I don't think she'll believe anything that we have to say, given the things that happened to us, and without that, even with, she might just think we're crazy.
That is true.
I could tell you that I'm putting it on myself, but it's not going to work. So, I could just put it on you. And you, and anyone else who wants to be in it. I'm just concerned
It's a
about this
circle,
one.
right? It's a
Yeah, it doesn't work on me. Okay, good, great.
go ahead.
You feel this ring of fire comes around pretty much everyone in here, but with the like, and the the hut itself, there's a ton of like maps and like things that are extremely flammable that don't catch fire on that as it comes out and seems to stop as soon as it starts. Walk the currents.
Heed his whisper.
Hey, great. Thank you.
So we died a bunch of times, and then the island, whose name is Chase, sent us here to talk to his son, the Bellmaker, who said that we should come talk to you and not to laugh at the name of the shop. And then we're going to go likely kill many of the Merlin Folk, or at least destroy their lodgings, to save Ogra's family. And
all this proves to me is that you don't understand who she is.
she quit.
She says
Holds
the
up
words.
scroll. Yeah, but that's like an indoctrination. It's ingrained in you. What the f... you want me to
Exactly.
I mean, I could say heed his whisper. Like, anybody can say those words.
Right. But for someone to have it so instinctively set in them, they're going to need to show me more than broken scroll. Circle of truth, you could still lie to yourself.
Kaelinor has given the greatest honor of us. She pinky promised Ogra, and you can never break a pinky promise, that she would help Ogra find her family and stop the Merlin Folk. You can't break a pinky promise.
I wish I could help you. And if there's a way that you can prove to me, but I don't think there is. Sylvia, by the way, is also in here, just kind of standing in a corner, just listening.
Great. Amazing. Thanks. Wouldn't help if I leave, would it? You tell these guys they wouldn't tell me? No? Okay.
They believe that you are who you say you are. I don't. So I can't trust them either.
What if you could trust someone who doesn't trust me? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. No? I think that's how that goes, right?
They'd have to prove to me that they don't trust you. Sylvia
Turns to Sylvia.
Sylvia steps out from the corner and goes, "Yeah, I could do that."
Yes. Of course you can.
Okay. All right. Goes.
We lost you, Joe.
Yes, you
Sorry,
would.
I must have hit my mic. Sylvia, as the ring goes through, Sylvia's form actually changes into her more truer form. Okay, well, strike one there, but okay. Do you believe anything that this woman says? I believe some things. I don't believe that she is not somehow still connected to the Merlin Folk. And I cannot be 100% sure that she is not going to betray us. Okay, good enough for me. All right, everybody out except for Sylvia. You all leave.
Fair enough.
Fine.
Can Ogre whisper in Kalenor's ear? If you could turn the ring on to let it record and drop it, you can pick it up.
So wise. No, that's
Ogre's
bad.
street smart, not book smart.
Sylvia will tell us, right? As we're walking out, Sylvia will tell us. No, yes? Do we believe?
Trust has to start somewhere.
Looks at Ogre. I appreciate the thought, but I'm gonna make better choices and believe in the good of people, no matter how much.
Very smart.
You
I
get a
don't like
big
them.
pat on the back.
Was that a test? One of you.
Walking outside. As you walk outside, there's a moment where like the rage that you're feeling, Kalenor, is like building, and it doesn't help that you walk outside and it is the most beautiful scenery you've ever seen. It looks so perfect and everything looks so freaking perfect. As you see people kind of walk by and they all kind of like tip the cap and like wave and say hi as you're just fuming out there.
Fuming.
Yeah.
Hates like just angrily kicking sand or something, or kicking a pebble, just like.
Cool. And after about 5 minutes, Sylvia goes storming out. Oh, not in that shape though. Biggest fucking waste of time. Okay, to the Rook.
Nothing useful then? Or anything?
I can tell you that I have truly nothing to tell you in the idea that what she did tell me was more or less what we already know.
Do you think she knew more?
I don't know, but this was Carvis's idea, right? So, unless you want to go in there and...
I walk in alone.
Okay.
Is she looking down, or does she see me come in?
She's looking down.
I walk right up to her, so out of her peripheral vision, she sees my black feathers.
Hello, welcome to the Booty Bay.
Hi.
Hi.
I'd like to understand something, if you don't mind.
Okay.
You took the time to cast the Circle of Truth, yes?
Yes.
And I assume, based on what I saw with my friend Sylvie, that you can ask questions, yes?
Yes.
So it strikes me that you are probably as blind as the cult you're afraid of, in that you did not ask our friend a single question, you just repeated something. You should look within yourself and see who you truly are.
I told your friend what I know. And it was clear that it wasn't much more than what you already knew. So, if you please.
My comment still stands. And I turn around and I walk out.
Cool. Yeah, you walk out, and I think there's a scene where the car walks out, and we see the like kind of like rippling sort of, because it's not a door, it's like a cloth sort of thing. You see like the rippling sort of thing, and she's still staring out at the spot where you were.
Good.
And we fade from that scene.
Mm-hmm. And as I walk out, I said, she told me nothing else. I hope I've enlightened her. And I continue walking out.
Nice. Cool. Where to next, gang?
I guess to the rook, unless if someone else had any, like someone want to paint or something. But that's.
I mean, I can try to talk to the Arakocra who aren't her and see
Sure.
if they have a better idea where the Merlinloke might be.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll say we don't need to necessarily have to role play that because they're kind of everywhere for the most part. Like you just have to like walking up to the closest one. First off, you walk up to the closest one, you hear a like, oh god, please, no.
Well, I don't walk up to the closest one. What I would like to do is try to find one that looks like they may be from the martial subclass. The martial.
Okay,
class.
cool. Yeah, they have a more level version of that. Okay. All right. Okay. It was only a matter of time for her. Go ahead, tell me.
Your loved ones are fine as far as I know. I seek information.
Oh. You're not an Ashwing. I'm sorry.
I am an Ashwing.
Okay.
Have you flown over this island recently?
Yes, of course.
I seek the location of the Merlinloke.
Ah, well. I'd be willing to give that information freely.
You will make many spirits that are not resting, perhaps closer to the rest that they deserve.
As long as you make more spirits out of them, anyways, that's fine.
I don't respond other than a nod.
And this Aarakocra tells you exactly where they would be. An encampment about maybe 2 days journey from here.
Okay.
So it's close, but it's the idea that if you were, because also I think actually the first thing it would tell you is like, yeah, it's going to take you about half a day to get there, assuming you're flying. Then once you assumedly like explain like not everybody in my party can fly, then it's probably going to be closer to 2 days journey.
Okay. I thank him, and I wish he and his a long life that's full of many stories that we can tell upon their passing.
Thank you, Ashwing. I appreciate it.
And I quietly walk away because he's. So then I share that with the other.
Cool. As you walk away, there's that same sort of moment where you walk. I think this has got to be like a running thing. Every time Carr walks away from something, there's a moment where we see that person, like just the shoulders, just like.
Yeah. Well, the one in the store talked to me more than most do, so that was nice.
Mhm.
She's got issues. I want to find out more about her.
Yeah, you do.
Anyway, so I will walk back to the party that we still get to name, but walk back to the party and explain exactly what he told me, and
Cool.
including the distance, like about a half a day for me, about 2 days for us.
Essentially kind of like actually relatively pretty close to the Jaco Blanc, but on the opposite side of the mountain of where it would be facing the city. Yeah. Cool. As you guys
Are
go
there?
ahead.
I go back to Mala.
Okay.
She's gonna hate me.
Incredible. You walk in. At this point, she's gotten like used to your scent. Man, am I the popular one today? What can I do for you?
I enjoy talking to you. It's unusual. Here's what I need. So, are there any maps around?
Oh, dozens.
I find one that has like the island.
Okay.
And I say, we are here. And I point to where we are. And I point out the mountain. I'm like, there's this mountain here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go here. and I point to where the Aarakocra told me where the Merlin Look was.
Okay. All right.
Are
You
there
see her. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like to hear what?
I was gonna say, you see her like you point to the mountain. She's like, okay, and then you quickly point behind, or when you point behind her, she quickly like snaps to you.
And I'm just dead gazing her, like,
Yep, yeah.
you know, like, you didn't tell us, but I found out what I wanted anyway. You know, I would like to know, since you're a map maker and you come under high regard, if there's a path that will take us from here, point to where we are, to there, point to where the Merlin Look are, that will also take us near to here, point to the mountain, with paths leading up to it. Do you have that map?
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 15.
I can make it.
What will it cost me?
We'll talk about that when it's done.
All right. Shall I wait here?
No, I'll find you.
That should be very, very easy. Thank you. I nod my head.
She
And
doesn't nod back.
I turn around, and before I'm completely turned around, I said, despite anything else, I do wish you a long life full of many stories. And I turn around and I walk out.
Okay, cool. Roll me a dexterity. No, you can't. You're facing the other way.
Or something.
What's your armor class?
11.
Cool. You feel a firebolt hit you right in the back. 5 points of fire damage. You look back and there is a hole in her, like the front flap of her tent, as she has sent it through, and you can see. Roll me an insight check. You can, I'll allow you to do whatever you want, but I want to give you this beforehand.
11.
11. Cool. There is a rage as you see. There's like a rage kind of clearly building up inside of her that is reminiscent of like fire. You see there's like a heat wave that seems to be kind of coming off of her. In cars, something that was like noting on this is that there are a ton of very bright plumaged birds here, right? It's the tropical, right? So like looking at her, like she could be a million different sort of species of Aarakocra.
Mm-hmm.
In that moment, you recognize she's a phoenix.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got that one.
Which is about as rare as you.
Mm-hmm. She hits me in the back of the firebolt.
Mm-hmm.
I turn around, look her dead in the eye. I'm assuming
Yep.
they saw me get hit by a firebolt.
Yeah. Oh, also, I should say above board, because you also know for sure when it happens with Phoenix, because Phoenixes, in a space that actually is very like interesting for an Ashwing specifically,
Mm-hmm.
Phoenixes don't die.
Mm-hmm.
They die and then come back.
Right. It's like, yeah, in a sense, my polar opposite.
So for you to say, I hope you live a long life of many, like that sort of like thing of like, that was a, like what you got in the back was like a full, like, fuck you. Like that was what that was.
Okay. I turn around, look her dead in the eye, and I just offer my hand like this, and my spirits fly out to her. And I say, you're a very brave woman. And I grant her a point of bardic inspiration, and I turn around.
I love it. But she's just sitting there, hand outstretched, just.
The spirits just talk her up, and then come
Yep.
back to me.
Yep, I love it. She's.
Oh, I'm out the door. I'm gone.
Cool, you're gone.
I don't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
see what
So
she
it's
has to say.
yeah, it's the same thing though. So I was just gonna cut back to the scene of where Car left, and just like so angry.
Let her stew in that. Anyway.
Incredible, so good.
And as I come back out, and like smoke is coming from behind me, I'm like, I believe she's going to give me a map. And I just keep going.
Oh my god. Incredible. I'm gonna say, as you guys watch Car walk into the Rook and Crown, like Feather's just smoking as he says that. I'm sorry, gang. That's the perfect space. We need to end the session. So with that, we will end tonight's session. I love you guys very, very much. We will see you guys next week. Bye.